check. The York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Here he swings and hammers it. Watch this one go. It's a game winner.
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, York Dental Sleep Therapy, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Family Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs win it.
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darrell Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 62 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, it is the middle game of 3 between the Revs and the Lancaster Barnstormers. However, we do not yet have a result in this series. We started game 1 last night, and it will be resumed tomorrow. Hi again, everybody. Darrell Henry alongside Matt Present. Welcome to Revs Baseball here on a beautiful night in downtown York. It's soccer night, and former United States women's national team star Brianna Scurry will be out in the field shortly to throw out or maybe kick out the first pitch tonight. But Matt, last night the weather was not nearly as gorgeous as it is tonight, and things interrupted in the top of the 5th inning. Lancaster with a 5-1 lead, and the team's releasing a statement earlier today that in consultation with Atlantic League President Rick White, both teams agreed to play Friday night's rain-interrupted game to conclusion on Sunday as a suspended game rather than a new game, as is typically the case based on official Atlantic League rules. The decision was made because radar indicated heavy approaching rain, making it uncertain whether it'd be possible to remove the tarp, prepare the field, and complete enough play on Friday night to reach a complete game status. Rather than risk injury to on-field personnel or jeopardize further field damage that might affect Saturday's play, the decision was made to resume the game from the point of suspension on Sunday. So tomorrow we'll have a 1.5 header as we'll resume the game at 1 o'clock and then play the regularly scheduled finale, which will now be 7 innings tomorrow. But tonight we get set for our 9-inning game, the 6:30 start as scheduled, and Lancaster trying to catch Southern Maryland, who won again last night. The Revs trying to continue to tighten things up and get ready for the second half and win some games here along the way.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing Joe Van Meter tonight, making his first start since 2015. We talked about it a little bit last night on the pregame show. New role for him, but he's built up to it. He's certainly gone multiple innings in relief before, thrown the same number of pitches that he is expected to throw tonight. May saying on the pregame that if he can go 40 or 50 pitches, they'll be happy with that. They don't want him to go too deep into the game, but as deep as he's comfortable with, and from there it's the bullpen. I think that's where the decision last night ultimately does benefit York in a way, because now it's tomorrow the last 4 innings and then a 7-inning game, so ultimately 11 innings, and with tonight being a bullpen day primarily, it's really going to save the pitching a little bit.
So game number 61 will be finalized tomorrow. Tonight we play game number 62 as the Revs try to get a leg up on the Barnstormers here in this series. Van Meter 0-1 with a 4.43 ERA. Lancaster countering with left-hander Jared Leverett, who's 4-2 with an ERA of 5.50. Coming up on our pregame tonight, Matt chats with Jay Goss, who will make his first start on Monday. He pitched in long relief here the other night, getting stretched out, and Matt will chat with him about that. We'll check in with Mace here shortly as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30 on a brilliantly sunny summer's evening here at People's Bank Park on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple BestJet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
All right, Matt Present here with Jay Goss before Game 2 with Lancaster. And Jay, you were at the top of your game in college, you were telling me, got drafted, but then haven't pitched in a couple of years. What's it like after, finding that you didn't have your best stuff in your first year in professional ball to battle all the way back to where you are right now?
The biggest thing is my mindset. I can't think about the negative stuff right now. I'm strong. I'm not throwing as hard as I used to, but I'm competing. And I learned from a coach called Joey Seaver. He's with the Texas Rangers now. Is compete as much as you can every day, and that's what I'm doing right now, is competing.
Now, before you lost that velocity, you're competing at a very high level, pitching in the JUCO World Series, and that's correct, right? JUCO? NAIA, right. What was that like to go there and compete at that high of a level?
It was nice. I mean, we was #1 that year, #1 team, and I started off really slow because I didn't tell you before I got to Faulkner, I left JUCO, and there was a time where I didn't get drafted, and I gave baseball up again. So I didn't go to school that next fall, and then I get a phone call in the spring, hey, come play. I went down there to Alabama, got drafted in the 10th round, throwing 98. I was a shock to myself.
So you've given the sport up, but you keep coming back to it. And what has brought you back to the game?
My family. My mom, she's battling health right now, and she just keep on driving me to play baseball as long as I can. I can always go work. So my mom is a big reason why I'm still playing ball now.
What was your experience working away from the game? You were telling me you worked with a nuclear power plant, or several actually.
It was good. I mean, I was making money more than I was in the minors. Just living life, but it just wasn't the same going to work 12 hours a day and coming home and sleeping. I was missing something, and that's baseball.
Now, I would imagine it's not just the sport itself, but the culture around it, the guys that you're around playing the game, and what's it been like to get back in a clubhouse with other guys who, play the same game you do?
Man, being on the team is you never forget them guys. I've been talking to guys since I was in Little League and pro ball, college. I still communicate with all them guys. That's a forever bond, I think. It's just something you can, a team, when you get a team together, it's like that chemistry is going to be there for the rest of your life. I haven't seen guys in 5 years, and when boom, I get a phone call. It's like we jump to square one again. Like, hey, how's it going, man? And you always remember your teammates.
Now, working your way back up, you came out throwing in the 90s the other night, so it might not have been the 98 that you once had, but still getting the velo back. But is there something else you want to work on to complement that? I know you spoke about still coming back and being thankful that you have good control.
Yeah, even when I was in the high 90s, I pitched off my changeup. I think my changeup's my best pitch. And last game I commanded it pretty good. The previous game before that, it was in and out the zone. But as long as my changeup is working, I can pitch. I don't have to throw high 90s to be able to pitch.
Now, in college, you were a starting pitcher primarily. Right now, of course, just starting to get back into the swing of things. But are you looking to build back up to a point where you can start again?
Yes, I actually got my first start Monday coming up in Bridgeport. I came here to be a bullpen guy. This is actually the first time I ever came out the bullpen. It's a big adjustment, especially throwing every day, back to back. I've always been that one-shot guy. Start one game and I'm sore for 3 games, and then I'm ready to go that 5th day. So it's a new thing.
All right, well, Jay, good to have you here, and I appreciate your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Revs pitcher Jay Goss, and Matt, he's an easy one to root for. He has had far from a perfect start to his pro career, but he's almost restarting it here in York.
He is, and it's really amazing the journey he's taken. Of course, this officially his second professional year, but he said after stepping away for a year, he kind of wanted to see what he had in the tank. Went to a tryout in the Can-Am League a year ago, just about from today, and while he didn't make the team, he proved to himself that, okay, he can come back. He still had it. And it's also an interesting story how he ended up here in York. He went to a tryout in Puerto Rico, of all places, and the first day throwing a bullpen, got a contract from the U.S. PBL, the shore league that Houghton Buchanan played in last year, and from there the Revs got notice of him, and that's how he made his way all the way to York. But it started this year with a tryout in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, excited to see him continue to perform here, and again, he'll get a chance to start, which he did so well in college, and he'll make that start Monday night in Bridgeport. Jose Arredondo back with the team yesterday. He will catch our ceremonial first pitches tonight. He's down there behind home plate as we speak. We'll take a time out here in the pregame and check in with Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, last night, obviously, the weather had a major impact. And how bad was it down there when you were in the dugout? How bad would it have been, or how impossible would it have been to try to resume last night?
No, I don't think there was any way possible. The field was underwater in a really short amount of time, and hats off to the tarp crew. I mean, they did a great job. I even told them that when I was leaving last night that with the wind and the rain, that rain came down fast. That was like instantly standing water, and home plate was uncovered the entire time. So, I mean, there was no way. I mean, we canceled that game with Bridgeport. I don't know how long ago that was, a few weeks ago when they were here, and it was nothing like that. So, no, there was no way we were going to be able to play, and, you know, that's just the way it was.
What were your players saying about the wind before that? I know it really had an impact on some fly balls. Was it swirling and things like that?
It was a venture. Even the one foul ball that came back in and landed in territory where we could have made a play, I mean, that ball was like 10 rows out. And then next thing you know, it was 15 feet onto the track. So, and we usually, in the dugout, we holler right away like, no, 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 or, you know, up, 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 so the catchers have an idea if the ball is even playable. And as soon as that ball left the bat, I think everybody in the dugout was like, no, no, and then all of a sudden it was like, there it is, like 10 feet from the warning track. But no, it was crazy, and it made a lot of things an adventure last night. And I mean, we've had some wind here lately, so there hasn't been many routine plays in the outfield for these guys.
Well, one move today, you add Jay Karp, a young catcher, and Capetillo had to go inactive for some personal things. But what can you tell us about Karp and getting him, and also that three catchers situation is something that you really like with this group, isn't it?
Well, I do like it that way because it gives me a chance to get Cruz and Tejeda in there at the same time, and It gives me a chance to get Burgee some DH time too. So it gives us a chance to look at some guys and more versatility that way. And I think right now it's offensively it's helping us to be able to do that, and physically it's going to help all those guys because catching every day is tough. And sometimes I think it might affect Tejeda a little bit when he's back here every single day. So I think getting him out from behind the plate will help him offensively. Getting Burgess off the field periodically, that'll help him in the DH role. And this way it'll give Cruz an opportunity to get some reps and show what he can do as well.
Well, tonight you've got Van Meter making the start, and I know he's done it from time to time before. Was that a big factor in picking him to be a guy to fill in here?
Well, I mean, the fact that he had done it before had some bearing on it, but just based on what we've seen, he's gone multiple innings for us before, and it just seemed like of all the guys that we had in the pen, other than Gauze, who we just used the other day for an extended period, and probably going to have to do it again this week coming up with the doubleheader tomorrow. So Joe was he was the easy choice, I think, for us to go ahead and run him out there, and then we'll just see what we need to do behind it.
If you do use him for more than one, what is the process in season of trying to make a transition like that?
Well, the first thing we'll do is, we'll try to let him go as far as he can, but not a crazy amount. If we can get 3 innings, or maybe if he's really good on pitch count, maybe a 4th inning would be great. But if he can give us 3 innings and keep it between 40 and 50 pitches, I think we would take that tonight. And then we can get somebody else in there behind him for a couple innings, and now we're through 5. And then once we're through 5, then depending on the situation of the game, how we use the bullpen after that would be determined by the score and those kind of things.
And what kind of situation do you have back there, knowing that you have the doubleheader basically tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we're going to bring Logan. Logan will pitch tomorrow. He'll pick up that game 1, and then it was Parch's day anyway, so he'll get the second game. Which is why I said we're probably going to have to use Gauze on Monday up in Bridgeport, but. So we do have a decent amount of arms available tonight, and we do have a doubleheader tomorrow. But we just got to get through one night at a time, and today we have a pretty full pen. But a lot of these guys have been used a lot recently, so you try not to if you don't have to. But overall, I think we're in better shape tonight than we've been the last couple nights.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck here this evening.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Brianna Scurry. Matt, I missed it. I was behind the booth, and it happened so. Did she kick the first
She did.
pitch?
She brought out a soccer ball and kicked to Jose Arredondo.
Doggone it. I wanted to see that, but now they're playing highlights of Scurry's career on the board. She's the headliner tonight. Good crowd on hand here on soccer night at People's Bank Park, as the Revs are about to be introduced to the field here this evening. Joe Van Meter, who makes his first start since 2015, the 43rd of his professional career, and he'll face left-hander Jarrett Leverett for Lancaster tonight, the former New Britain B and Long Island Duck, with his 3rd Atlantic League team in 2 years. The War of the Roses series still led by York 4-3. Last night's game won't be completed until tomorrow. And tonight, the Revs trying to get back in the win column officially. The last game was Thursday night's loss against Southern Maryland, 5-4, but certainly have hit the ball much better here of late. Last night through 4 innings, they had 5 more hits. And the Revs introduced as they head on out here tonight. We'll take a timeout on our pregame show. The starting lineups and first pitch for game number 62. We'll have it for you coming up next.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Hey Revs fans, get points or great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Anthem just completed, and teams from the NISA Little League in northeastern York County taking the field with the Revs tonight. Big group in orange and black out there here this evening. Starting lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. For Lancaster, it'll be Blake Galen, one of their top on-base guys, leading off and DHing. Rico Noel, the second baseman, hits second. Caleb Gindel in right field bats third. Casey Hobson at first base will hit cleanup. Batting fifth at third base is Sean Halton. Hitting sixth, the left fielder Lastings Millage. Trayvon Robinson in center field bats seventh. Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher, hits eighth. And Vladimir Frias at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, Galen, Noel, Gindel, Hobson, Halton, Millage, Robinson, De La Rosa, and Frias for Lancaster. For the Revs tonight, facing Jared Leverett, it'll be Travis Witherspoon in center leading things off. Alonzo Harris in right field will bat second. Isaias Tejeda, the first baseman, bats third. Michael Burgess DHing and hitting in the cleanup spot. Tyrone Verona in left field bats fifth. Hitting sixth at second base is Angel Franco. Luis Cruz will catch and hit seventh tonight. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, bats eighth. And hitting ninth at third base is Carlos Triunfel. Again, Witherspoon, Harris, Tejeda, Burgess, Verona, Franco, Cruz, Dent, and Triunfel for the Revs here this evening. Those starting lineups brought to you once again by Flying Feet. Joe Van Meter will make the start. He's 0-1 with a 4.43 ERA this season. It really should be lower than that. But he will give it a go here tonight. His 43rd career start, first since he made two for Kansas City, the T-Bones in the American Association back in 2015. He made 8 starts in back-to-back years in the Rangers system, 2011 and 2012. Also pitched in relief those seasons. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch here tonight. It is right down the middle, a called strike, and we are underway. 6:34 our start, with Galen leading off again here this evening. 86 degrees at game time. Pitch is a foul tip right off Cruz's gear, and it's nothing in too quickly. Galen at .315 coming in, 6th in the league in hitting, and his on-base percentage near 400. And the numbers from last night, not in the stats yet, but he walked twice last night, scored a run. which gives him the Barnstormers' all-time record 305 runs scored ahead of Michael Woods, who he broke a tie with, or will when the game becomes official. Van Meter fires, and a slider in the dirt. Our plate ump tonight, Brian DeBrouwer. John Harrington at first, David Shirk at third. The Revs are in the home whites, Lancaster in their red tops here tonight. Van Meter ready. He lifts, fires, and missed outside. Fastball at 91. Also seen a really good changeup from him lately, breaking ball as well. And the number of pitches that he can throw effectively makes him a good candidate to go longer in a game. The 2-2. And a breaking ball line to right. Harris in. He'll have to play it on a hop. And Galen has a leadoff base hit. That one bent over too much plate, and Galen stays back on it, lines it to right to start the game.
And talking to Joe yesterday about his approach coming into this start, he was saying that while a lot of guys who go from the bullpen to the rotation kind of have to dial it back and conserve themselves as opposed to giving max effort on every delivery, he said from his career, the better starts have been the ones where he's given it his all right from the get-go, and then his momentum just carries him through.
Here's Rico Noel. First pitch almost hit him, a fastball in, and last night in the first inning, Noel was hit by the first pitch that he had seen. So evidently the Revs want to pound him inside as he was almost plunked again. Noel coming in at 298. No home runs, 11 driven in. Galen the lead from first, and a lob over that direction. He does have 9 steals. And Lancaster, who stole 4 last night, those will go in when the game is resumed and official, but they're now with those at 100 stolen bases. As another move to first has Galen diving. And that's in only 60 games played, so on pace for over 200. Of course, Darian Sanford no longer there, but we said last night, I think without his steals, they would still lead 5 other teams as a team with everybody else. Pitch here is in tight, and Van Meter falls behind 2-0. The year that Van Meter started the most consistently was 2014. 15 of his 16 appearances that year were as a starter. There's the stretch, 2-0, and a swing and a miss. Noel went after a high one and helped him out. And 2014 was between High A Frederick in the Orioles system and Kansas City in the American Association. The other years that he had made starts, he had also pitched in relief quite a bit. Now ready, the 2-1. And a swing and a high fly to right. It sends Harris back onto the track. He looks, and it's gone. Rico Noel with his first Atlantic League home run, an opposite field 2-run shot that carries onto the home run patio. It just got out. And Lancaster with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first tonight. As a team, it's their 61st home run right at the top of the league. They lead the league in all the big offensive categories. And out in front 2-0 here tonight.
Well, they have a lot of guys in this lineup that are dangerous, but Noel, not known for his power, taking that out the opposite way, his first of the year.
Now the Revs have been crushed by the long ball of late. Here's Caleb Gendel, who takes inside. Revs have now given up 14 home runs in the last 7 games. The pitch, and in on the hands. Gendel fouls it back off the facing of the upper deck. Gendel at 274, 5 homers, 36 knocked in. He's struggled against lefties, but the Revs' first 2 starters in this series right-handed, and then Parch in the normally scheduled game tomorrow. Pitch to him is up high, and it's 2-1. That home run for Noel, the 7th of his pro career. 2-1. And a grounder foul up the first base side. He hit a career-high 3 with Fort Wayne in the Padres system, Midwest League in 2011. And he did have 2 in 10 games with León in the Mexican League earlier this season. He might be more likely to hit it inside the Parker than hit it all the way out. Here's the 2-2. And a foul tip to the backstop. That fastball up to 92 from Van Meter. He's at 15 pitches, still looking for his first out. Now ready, the pitch. And a swing and a foul tip squeezed. He gets that first out on a strikeout. Fastball in under Gindle's hands, couldn't catch up.
They look to have some nice movement on that fastball as well, as it ran under the hands of Gindle. Started off probably just off the inside corner, a pitch that Gindle had to offer at with 2 strikes, but finished all the way under his hands.
So 1 down as Van Meter looks to start over here, a couple of hitters in. Here's Casey Hobson, league leader in homers. First pitch, he swings, fouls it back into the upper deck. Right off the bat handle on that fastball. Hobson at 314, the average 7th in the league. The home runs lead the league by 5, 19 of them. RBIs 56, that's 11 in front. And he swings here, pops it up foul, but this will get out of play. Back to the third base side. Angled between the net and the dugout. Not quite the wind that we had last night, but a little breeze out again. Here in another warm evening, but a little less humidity. Pitch is swung on, chop foul into the Revs dugout. Hobson spoiling that breaking ball. At home, he is scary. 385 with 13 homers. On the road, 241 with 6 homers. Van Meter the pitch. Fastball just inside. Cruz came up, ready to throw it down to third, thinking he had him rung up. Now 1-2. Hobson will have another RBI, sac fly last night, and he swings here, pops this one up. Trienfeld at third will drift back into shallow left and gloves it. And there's 2 away. After the initial start, with Lancaster up 2, Van Meter setting down the last 2. At 2 down, and here is Sean Halton. And other than his team and the standings, no individual may be happier to get that game continued from last night than Halton. He was 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer and an RBI double. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Van Meter's had a couple of good outings against Lancaster, but both charged with runs that he should not have been. There's the 0-1, and a foul back to the net. Fastball up to 93. Halton's home run from last night will end up being his 12th of the year. He's at 234 officially, but last night putting the average up to 240. Pitch. And a missed up high fastball. Van Meter shakes off into his stretch. And the 1-2, fastball off the plate away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He works with Cruz tonight. Infield, Trienfeld at third, Dent short, Franco second, Tejeda at first. Van Meter with the 2-2. Breaking ball, he just got a piece. Able to reach it and flick it foul. The outfield left to right, Verona, Witherspoon, and Harris tonight. They rest Mitchell against the lefty Leverett. And Casillas still day-to-day, not in there. 2-2. And in the dirt, a change-up, blocked by Cruz. The Revs also adding Jay Karp today, second-year pro. Young catcher, 22 years old. Derek Capetillo had to head home. Personal matter. Payoff pitch, and a liner into shallow left, a base hit. Verona was way deep, and Halton will sling it in front of him, a 2-out base runner on the single. Now he's come in here and heated up. He was 0 for 11 his previous 3 games before this visit to York. Revs will face Lancaster 4 series here. They're only going to Lancaster twice and will be there next weekend. Or the weekend before the All-Star break, I should say. In 2 weeks. Can't keep it all straight. Here's Lasting's Millage. He's hitting .338. First pitch, fastball. It's a strike on the outside corner. Millage, a 9-game hitting streak, was not in their lineup last night, but he has been on a tear and back in tonight. Van Meter the stretch. And the 0-1. Breaking ball down low. Millage no homers, 19 driven in. A long look. Van Meter nods yes. And the 1-1 swing and a high fly, left center field. Witherspoon had him the other way. He'll come over, plenty of time to get under it, and makes the catch. Fairly deep, but it was up there, and plenty of time to glide over and camp underneath it. Lancaster does strike twice, a 2-run homer from Noel, 3 hits in the inning, and 1 man left at the end of a half. It's the Barnstormers 2, and the Revs coming up.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Now through June 30th, it's the York Mitsubishi Sizzling Summer Sports Utility Sales Event. The Outlander and Outlander Sport are the best price SUVs in the market, starting at $17,495. Now available in 5 or 7 passenger. Financing as low as 0% for 72 months. With the best warranty in the business, 10-year or 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Only at York Mitsubishi. Celebrating 27 years in business, just off Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue. York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Now Jared Leverett, maybe not the biggest Cannonball Charlie fan. He put a finger up to his ear as Cannon pulled the trigger. And the Revs come to bat against the lefty here in the bottom of the first. 2 runs down, but looking to answer back. And Leverett making the start tonight, 4-2 with a 5.50 ERA. He's made 1 start against the Revs, 6 scoreless innings, giving up just 4 hits. That was a game in Lancaster a couple of weeks back. Overall, 10 starts, 50 2/3 innings, 64 hits. Opponents hitting .317. 18 walks, 36 strikeouts. Stat pack is an absolute disaster today. I couldn't figure out the printer, Matt. You'll have to teach me. Witherspoon leads off. First pitch is in for a strike.
Took me a few tries.
Witherspoon at 291. Soccer night, they Photoshop a football jersey on him. He swings here, bounces it toward third, but foul. Halton will glove it just across the line. Witherspoon, 3 homers, 23 driven in. He has hit .333 against lefties. Rebs last night in 4 innings against Rami had only 1 run, but 5 hits, 4 walks, a lot of base runners. They will resume the game tomorrow with 8 left on base through 4. There's the wind, the 0-2, and a swing and a number down to third. Halton lets it go, and it's going to stay fair. An infield hit for Witherspoon, and it ends up being a bad decision. Halton backed away, and had he charged all the way through it, even with Witherspoon's speed, he has a play, but he waited back, probably thinking about the speed, hoping it would go foul, and it never did.
Well, if that ball trickles onto the dirt, it would get that roll foul, as it takes that dip down from grass level to dirt level, but it just stayed on the grass portion, which here at Peoples Bank Park on the fair side of things is cut very close to the line, and it stayed just about 6 inches inside the chalk.
Oh, here's Alonzo Harris. Lengthy look from Leverett into De La Rosa. They have a sign. And the pitch to Harris is over the outer half. It's a called strike. Alonzo, when last night's game becomes official, will have hit his 5th home run in 9 games. Homered last night for the only run in the 5-1 game in the 5th inning as Leverett throws over. And it was not a short one. Out over the LED board in right center. One of the deepest parts of the park, and a little bit oppo for him. Leverett ready. And the 0-1. Swing, and he bounces a foul, third base side. I think with Leverett, we're going to see mid-80s, maybe a little above that, but probably some cut from him. In on right-handers. Witherspoon and Harris both topping foul balls over on that third base side. On the stretch from the lefty. And the 0-2. Fastball down and away. Harris 9th in the league in hitting at .310. Back-to-back 3-hit games prior to last night's suspended game. The stretch, 1-2. And a line drive to left field. Millage toward the gap, and he's got it. Now Harris stung it, but right at Millage, who tiptoed a bit to his left, toward left center. And makes the grab in the shadows of the arch nemesis. Hit deep, but for Harris on that one, not high enough to get it to the wall or over. Right at him, 1 down. But he continues to hit it hard consistently. And with 1 away, here's Tejeda. Had a base hit last night and came in at .291 last night. Right now he's at .292, including that. 5th in the league in total bases. And the first pitch, fastball over for a strike. Now Leverett does get that one up to 90. They had been taking a little off the fastball earlier in the inning. Tejeda's last 3 games, 7 for 14 with a homer and 4 doubles. Spoon the lead, and he'll have to get back. Dives in, Leverett a throw over. Leverett last year combined to go 6-9 with an ERA a little under 4. There's the pitch, and it missed outside. He was 4-7 with New Britain, ERA in the mid-3s. He had been a reliever early, became a starter. And then New Britain traded him to Long Island so that he could play for a playoff team. He made 4 starts for the Ducks in the regular season. Now a toss over to first, and back standing is Witherspoon. And he arrived in Lancaster having had a long history with Ross Peoples from the same area, and Leverett had worked under his tutelage coming up, throwing for him, lessons and whatnot. Runner goes, pitch is low, and De La Rose to the throw, and Witherspoon in head first with the steal. And he waited out the lefty, got a read on him over the course of 2 at-bats, and picks up his 9th. A runner in scoring position. Revs trail 2-0 here in the first and looking to answer with something. 2-1 the count on Tejeda. Noel at second, up the middle, guarding Witherspoon. A lot of room on the right. And the pitch to Tejeda. Breaking ball. He chops it right to Noel, who will charge in, glove it, and a dump off over to first. Witherspoon up to third on it. He moves 90 feet away with 2 outs. Tejeda topping that one right over the mound. Right at Noel, who was toward the middle. We'll bring up Michael Burgess, who DHs tonight. Hitting at .266, 9 home runs, 30 driven in. Leverett had a 10 strikeout game here in this park last July, but it was the game against New Britain that went 13 innings. The Revs won it, and their pitchers struck out 24. Record that may never be broken. Pitch to Burgess, a foul, back off the net, and he was right on that first one, up there hacking. Fastball at 90. Leverett, 27 years old, from Eatonton, Georgia. From the windup with a runner at third, deals and missed inside. Burgess backs up. He was traded to Long Island last year for righty Kevin Vance, who went to New Britain. Game 4 of the division series, Leverett 7 scoreless in a 2-0 win against Somerset. Pitch and a breaking ball called strike. So the trade made by Long Island was worth it even just for that start. They were down in the series, came back 1-5, got to the league championship series. But Sugarland would sweep through them. Pitch, and it missed up high, 2-2. Skeeters swept through York and Long Island, but it's not going so well for them right now. 4 in a row they've lost. 9 games under 500. The 2-2, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. Back in 2015, in the Giants system, Leverett pitched for former Revs and Barnstormers infielder Kyle Haynes, who was in York back in 2011, also played in Camden, as you may remember. Actually, 2012 he was here. Here's the 2-2, and a missed inside. Burgess flinches back, full count. Leverett began his college career at Middle Georgia Junior College, the same as Ross Peoples. And then he ended up at Georgia Southern. The wind, the pitch, and a breaking ball driven deep left center. It is gone! Michael Burgess tattoos a 2-run homer into the netting in front of the playground in left center. And the Revs tie it up here in the bottom of the first. It's 2-2 on Burgess's 10th home run of the year. Slammed it over the LED lights. Another oppo shot. And another full count at bat with a battle that ends in him squaring one up.
And he's done that so successfully of late. Just battle off those pitches, especially off the outside edge. Get one over the plate.
Here's Tyrone Verona, who takes the first pitch strike.
And it's amazing. The Revs' top 2 home run hitters, Burgess and Tejeda, both at their best when they go the opposite way.
0-1, and that missed outside. So that erases Lancaster's early lead, 2-2. Leverett the wine, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a drive the other way in right. This sends Gindel back. That's over his head. One hops the wall. And Verona will stroll into second with a double. He goes the other way. And including last night, where he had a base hit, he is now 6 for 11 with 3 doubles to begin his Revs career.
The ball just jumps off his bat. When he squares it up, it has a lot of carry on it. And what looked to be a line drive to right hit hard sends Gindel all the way back to the track as the ball hops over.
Now Angel Franco trying to give York an early lead. We have a winner on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest, Doug Davis. Didn't even get to introduce you yet tonight, Doug. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office whenever you'd like. Prize pack's yours. Pitch to Franco is over for a strike. Angel batting from the right. Had a double last night that'll count after it's completed tomorrow. He's hitting .284. Back-to-back 3-hit games. The 0-1. And it misses down and away. Including last night, his last 4 games, he's 9 for 15 with 3 doubles. Really swinging it well. Bat up by his ear. Pitch. And it's down low, 2-1. Doesn't he look like a soccer player in that jersey photoshopped on him?
Yeah, he really does. Good look. It looks like maybe an Argentinian jersey.
Soccer night here. The video board out for the theme. Pitch is fouled up over the rooftop. It's 2-2. Joe Baker, our video man, has them decked out in the soccer paraphernalia tonight.
Even the sleeve he wears in real life, not the Photoshop, the sleeve with the stripe, a little soccer-ish.
Yeah. A royal blue sleeve on his right arm, a white stripe down the middle of it. Red and white batting gloves. Leverett deals. And a swing at a pretty well-hit ball in right center. Robinson going back, still back, reaches up and he makes the grab, saving a run. And that fly ball had a second gear to it. Robinson had to adjust and go further back, but makes an over-the-shoulder grab. And he ends up with one more step and then his hands against the LED board in right center. Franco belts it. A third hitter in a row to hit one deep, but the Revs tied up on Burgess's home run. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 left. 2-2 at the end of 1.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK is your home for the golf majors. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Tune in throughout the day for live updates from the U.S. Open, the British Open, and the PGA Championship. Plus, live final round coverage of the PGA Championship and nightly episodes of the PGA Championship Tonight. Coverage of this year's golf majors brought to you locally by your neighborhood Sure Save Save Markets. Right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOYK at the App Store.
Entertaining start, 2-2. Joe Van Meter will try to slow down that offensive entertainment as we go to the second. Rico Noel, a 2-run homer for Lancaster, answered by Michael Burgess, who went yard for 2. And then Verona belted a double. Franco hit one deep. Ball jumping here early again tonight. Trayvon Robinson will lead it off. Van Meter's first pitch of the inning. He grounds it to first, off Tejeda, ricochets towards second. Franco the throw, and Van Meter on the cover. 3-4-1 on the out, just how they drew it up. It rebounded off Tejeda right to Franco, and Van Meter got over to cover. What a play. Just another one pitch out to start an inning.
Well, credit the Revs for sticking with that one. It would have been easy for them to just put it in their pocket. Franco never quit. Van Meter got over to cover on a ball that hung up in the air for a while. Someone's head got in the way on the replay, but still a tremendous effort. And you got to think that perhaps that Robinson wasn't running hard right out of the box immediately on a hard ground ball right at Tejeda.
And I don't know if it hit Tejeda's shin, but it was a shot and it kind of ate him up. And then Franco, you've got to think there's spin on that ball. He reaches down, makes a backhand short hop pick. Great play by him.
It was hit hard, and again, early on in the game, there's sunlight across towards first base, so Tejeda probably didn't see it perfectly, went to a knee, and it looked like it caught the inside of the thigh.
Here's De La Rosa, fastball in, misses. De La Rosa, 272 with 3 homers, 21 knocked in. Van Meter, 31 pitches in the first. That one pitch out will help. Here's a swing and a pop-up, and Tejeda at first backs up, and Franco calls him off over to his left and puts it away. 2 down. Tejeda's trying to make a play here, but Franco, the better angle, over from second base.
And I just want to reiterate how impressive it is that Van Meter got all the way over to cover, because yes, you're going to go over regardless on a ground ball to first, but that hit so hard it would have been really easy for him to give up on it, and especially with a speedy runner and Robinson down the line, for him to continue his way over and beat him to the bag is really what allowed that to be an out.
Now Vladimir Frias rounding out the order, shows bunt. Van Meter pumps a strike in at 90. Frias 2 for 2 last night, so his 272 with that goes up to 280. 3 home runs, 22 driven in. Trian fell up on the edge at third after Frias had shown bunt. And he'll back away. Now Van Meter the sign, and the 0-1. It missed outside, fastball. 2-2 here in the top of the second, each team with 3 hits in the first inning. Van Meter with the 1-1 and a foul tip back to the net. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, Alexi Casilla has been taking BP the last couple of days, and that's a good sign day to day with that groin injury. Van Meter with the pitch, and it's in on the hands, and he fouls it off his foot. Right in toward the fists, and Frias protecting, fouled it straight down off his foot.
And he's done a really good job of that so far as Frias tries to walk this one off. Van Meter running in on the hands of both lefties and righties here in the first couple innings.
Frias a moment as he digs back in. Played in the Giants, Red Sox, and Cubs systems coming up. Van Meter fires, breaking ball, called third strike, a backdoor hook, and Van Meter gets the call. Frias a look back, not in agreement, and Joe with a 1-2-3 rebound inning in the second. We're through 1.5 here tonight. The Revs and Barnstormers tied at 2.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Two game as we go to the bottom of the second tonight. Revs who hit the ball well in that first inning. Burgess's 2-run homer supplying the scoring. And it'll be Cruz, Dent, and Trienfeld here in the bottom half of the second. Luis Cruz in there, hitting at 268. And Leverett into his windup, first pitch. He swings, hits it high in the air, deep left field. Millage is back, so's Robinson. It's gone! Luis Cruz, a towering shot into the playground in left center. And he launches his third with York. And the Revs in front, 3-2 here in the bottom of the second. A home run for them in each of the first 2 innings tonight.
Wow, he got all of that one over the net, over the merry-go-round. That was in the way back portion of the playground. Fortunately, no one was hit by that shot. I'm sure many kids unaware of the power of Luis Cruz.
I did not see it land. Here's Ryan Dent. And the first pitch, a fastball just outside.
I actually only saw it land. I didn't see it on its way. I just looked in the general direction.
Here's the wind and the 1-0. And that's over for a strike, a cutter. So Cruz with his third in 18 games with York. His second here in the last week. Pitch and a half swing. Dent was fooled and went around on it, 1-2. Millage just sort of drifted from left and started to turn, and Robinson gave it the effort, but way back there. Pitch to Dent, swing and a fly ball center field. Robinson freezing, figuring out which step to take, and he'll back up a couple of steps and make the grab. And Dent put a pretty good swing on it, but flies to center, 1 down. And here's Carlos Trienfeld, who's the starting lineup first time since Tuesday night. Hitting at 215, 2 home runs, and 10 driven in. Revs a 3-2 lead on a pair of long balls here early. Leverett the pitch, and a swing and a fly ball foul the other way over the bullpen balcony and right. Leverett had given up 6 home runs and 10 starts coming in. Pretty low number given what his home park is. Here's the 0-1, and that's up and in. Ball and a strike to Trienfeld. Top of the order, and Witherspoon on deck. The wide and the pitch, and a swing and a pop foul headed toward the suite level on the first base side, right off of the auxiliary scoreboard, the top of it in front of the fencing, and it plops down below. Shadows from right behind the mound in, everything else sunlit except for the arch nemesis shadow. Pitch to Trienfeld, it's up high, 2-2. Leverett started his pro career in the Frontier League with their travel team in 2014. Pitch is inside and low, 3-2. Trienfeld turned, almost tried to get hit. Leverett had 5 saves for the Frontier League Grays, and then the Giants signed him, and he spent a year at low A and high A in their system. He deals, and it's smash foul just wide of the bag at third. Trienfeld a little bit early on it. He'd also make 1 appearance in the American Association in 2015, and then his Atlantic League debut last year in just his 3rd pro season. This is his 4th, his 2nd here. Another 3-2, and he swings, fouls it away, protecting that outside part of the plate. Trienfeld back out, adjusts the batting gloves. Now back in, and Leverett will try it again on 3-2. And he swings and fights it off. Might have been away, but it had some cut coming back, and Trienfeld reaches and spoils that. Be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And pitch to him, that's outside, what a battle. And Trienfeld walks. So not the home run that Burgess hit after a great battle, but Trienfeld and Burgess, 2 of the best at-bats against Leverett the first time through tonight. And Carlos on the free pass. We go to the top of the order, and Travis Witherspoon. Scott Patterson, meanwhile, will make a visit. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, At Line Foods, and D's Nuts. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Southern Maryland winning last night, so they have a 2.5 game lead over Lancaster. Check out what's going on here this evening thus far. Long Island is at Sugarland. That'll be in a little bit, starting in the next hour or so. Oh, I'm wrong. They start earlier on a Saturday. No score in the first in that one. Bridgeport and Southern Maryland 1-1 in the second. Ian Waldorf and New Britain with 2 and still batting in the top of the first at Somerset. Here's Witherspoon. Leverett the pitch, and a swing and a pop foul straight back and way over the roof. Casilla is still day-to-day. He's coaching at first this inning, looking around the bodies in front of him to pick up Polo's signs. Didn't appear that there were any. Hobson holding Trienfeld at first. And the 0-1. Fastball and a called strike. Bottom outside corner, 0-2. Witherspoon, an infield hit, a stolen base, and then scoring on Burgess's home run in the first inning. But got on to start the night, turned out to be big. There's the 0-2, and he reaches forward and fouls it off. And he knew he broke his bat right away, chipped it right off the end, and starts walking straight to the dugout for New Lumber. A lot of these pitches away here from Leverett, there may be a ball off the plate, but the Revs doing a great job of protecting, and I think he's also leaving them up a little bit as well, allowing them to do that.
He is, but I like the approach, not only for the aggressiveness, but also the fact that it's making Leverett work, throw more pitches, and eventually, oftentimes, making that mistake out over the middle of the plate, as was the case on the Michael Burgess home run.
43 pitches right now. Big crowd tonight watching as the Revs try to continue to make it tough on him. There's the stretch and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down low, has his first strikeout of the evening. A 2 down and Alonzo Harris to the plate. Revs with a 3-2 lead. Harris, who hit it hard but lined it out right at Millage in the first inning. He digs in. Here's the stretch from the lefty. First pitch, he swings, grounds it deep short. Frias lays out and can't get a throw away. It's an infield hit. Alonzo Harris keeps the inning alive, and Frias diving just out onto the outfield grass. When he went to reach in, the ball slipped away from him, and Trienfeld was already at second.
Well, that was pretty much a hit when it left the bat, with Harris running and a ball deep in the hole at short. Even if Frias gets to that on his feet, I don't think there's any way he gets off a cross-body throw to get Alonzo.
Right, 2 on with 2 out for Tejeda, who grounded out to second his first time. Alonzo came in last night hitting .370 on an 11-game stretch and has a homer so far in last night's suspended game, and now another hit tonight. Now time asked for as Tejeda backs out. Revs a 3-2 lead, and that's their 5th hit here in the first 2 innings. Now Leverett set at the belt. A look back. And he'll deliver. It's just off the corner away. Robinson switching sides in center, had played him to pull, now just a hair the other way. 1-0, and he takes, it's right there for a strike. Leverett might have been a couple of change-ups to start him, but he only killed it down to 83 from his fastball, which is topped at 90. Maybe something in between. Ball held behind his back, looking, he nods yes. Stare back, the 1-1. And a backdoor cutter doesn't get the call. 2 balls and a strike. 48 pitches now. Trienfeld removing the helmet, letting his head breathe a bit as he takes the lead from second. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive toward right. In is Gindel, and it's right at him. Tejeda smoked it. But right at Gindel and right, who came in hard and then slammed the brakes, fearing he might have come in too far, but it ends up right at him. Revs do take the lead on Cruz's home run. 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the 3rd. It's 3-2 York.
Thank you.
Take it from me, guys.
Much needed
today. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn, the kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa. Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side. But he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
On top 3-2 as Joe Van Meter will face the top of the order here in the third. Blake Galen and Rico Noel, a single and then a homer. That's what hurt him in the first inning, but he's rebounded nicely from that. 39 pitches as he begins the third. He only threw 8 in the second. Galen, who singled in the first and scored, and again, last night took over their runs scored record. First pitch, she swings and launches it to right. Harris spinning around, looking, and it's gone. A line drive home run, and it flies out. I thought he hit it off the end of the bat, but a short stroke, and he yanks it out to right, just over the elevated wall to the front of the home run patio. And Galen ties it up 3-3.
Well, this park has certainly been playing small of late. The wind seemingly blowing out every single night. And that's already the 4th home run in this one.
2 per side. Revs have now allowed 15 in the last 7 games. Galen with his 7th of the year. And here is Noel, who homered in the first. He swings first pitch and grounds a foul down the third base side. Noel, maybe the least likely to go yard, but he did in the first inning, just the 7th of his pro career. He is the K-man tonight, listed at only 5'8", 170. Pitch from Van Meter inside, a changeup, made him jump back. Oh, jeez. Apparently Rami's charting pitches in the stands tonight, so look out for that man on the prowl if you're in the stadium. We'll have a rant tomorrow in the pregame. That should be perfect for a Sunday. People on their way home from church.
I noticed different sunglasses now, though, from batting practice. A pair for every occasion.
That's right. Pitch is down low, and every occasion is special with him. Revs play Noel the other way. Now, I forgot to ask him about bucket duty today, which he had after pitching last night. Here's a chop foul, third base side, 2-2. He's a big fan of hitting fungos, but that wasn't his duty today, so would have been a good topic. Oh well, we've covered a lot of things with him, many of which will need to be edited out before we air the program. 2-2, and a breaking ball missed a little bit high. Revs do send Jay Karp down to the bullpen. Not sure who's throwing just yet. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, a 3-2 changeup. And Van Meter with his best pitch of the night. Noel swinging at something that wasn't there yet. He's got his third strikeout, and this big crowd tonight has Moz sticks, thanks to Joe.
Well, his changeup, I think, has been his best pitch most of the year, and going to it there in a big spot, 3-2, and really fooled Noel.
Here's Caleb Gindel, who struck out in the first. Pitch is a fastball strike on the outer edge. Well, it says a lot about Van Meter's belief in that pitch. If he misses with it, Noel on base has elite speed. Pitch is in the dirt, off Cruz's mitt. .3-3 here in the third. 1-1, and a swing and a miss. A slider this time. And Gindel out in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Van Meter from the belt. Strides, fires, and a swing and a miss. Breaking ball on Gindel. Back-to-back strikeouts for Van Meter. And a sharp hook that bit right down out of the strike zone. He strikes out Gindel for the second time tonight. In the first inning, Matt, it was a fastball under the hands. This one probably looked like it until it started to break.
It did, and a nice job by Joe following up both home runs tonight with strikeouts, and in this case, with 2.
Here's Hobson, and he swings, lines one hard to deep right. Harris back, and he'll play it off the wall. Ricochets to him in right center, and Hobson will stroll in with a double. Now this one not high enough to get out, but Hobson, some of the scariest left-hand power in the league, obviously, with the totals he's put up, and drills a double off the base of the wall. Revs have Michael Click up throwing, and Fletch will bide some time here and come out for a visit. Van Meter at 51 pitches now. Revs Baseball brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stambaugh Plumbing and Heating. As Sean Halton will be the hitter. They keep Hobson in the park. He is on a 45 home run pace this year. He's already got 19, and Lancaster's single season record is 29. He's only 10 away. Ryan Harvey did that in 2013. We thought that was impressive. He was such a unique hitter. He loved the ball low, and if you left one low to him, it was like a golf shot, and it would just take off like it was hit off a tee. You could get him out going up high, but down low was his nitro zone. Here's Sean Halton, who singled in the first. And Van Meter the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball that had him jumping out early. Halton and Hobson, the two corner infielders, they put in a ton of work earlier today before BP and during. Pitch is a slider down and away. And Scott Patterson on the Fungos, he was hitting them hard. They didn't want just easy hops to read the infield. He was blasting them and occasionally sailing those into the outfield. Look back, and the 1-1, time called late. Van Meter striding, put his foot down and came to a stop, did not throw it. They were doing the Fungos to first base to work on picks that we saw Polo do a couple of weeks ago. It's the 1-1, and that's in the dirt, blocked by Cruz. Fungo hitter standing at second behind that protective screen and hitting Fungos to first base to work on picks as though they were throws in the dirt coming from second base. Van Meter the stretch, the 2-1, fastball strike on the outside black, 91. And trying to end the inning here with a runner at second and 2 outs. Again, Click throwing in the bullpen. They wanted 50 pitches or so. He's at 55. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball just outside, off Cruz's glove. And it rolls about halfway back, enough for Hobson to move up. It'll be a pass ball. And he's at third base. Full count on the hitter. Hastings Millage would be next. The wind now blowing out to left, which is not ideal with Halton at the plate. Payoff pitch, fastball just outside. Van Meter starts off the mound but doesn't get it. And it's ball 4. Halton will take his base. And Millage coming up. Looks like they might give him one more hitter. Would love to see him finish 3 with the limited pitch count, finish the inning that he started. Millage, who flied to center his first time. Van Meter ready. First offering, breaking ball down low. Revs will start Logan Williamson in the suspended game tomorrow, and then Parch, the regularly scheduled starter. So that'll help the bullpen, but either way, they'll be in it early tonight. It's the 1-0. Swing and a fly ball. Left field, it jammed him. Verona will come in, and he makes the catch, and Van Meter finishes 3. Did not get much of it. Verona had him played deep and comes in to grab it. 1 run on Galen's homer to tie it. 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 3-3 game.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Everything the morning.
Conor McGregor tweeted that he's back in for UFC 200. Hasn't been confirmed, but I told you this last week. I still felt like A, he's not retiring, and B, he'd be back in UFC 200. Now, is there a chance Conor McGregor knew what he was doing from the outset here? He had given UFC 200 all of this publicity, millions of dollars of publicity. Is there a chance Dana White knew what Conor McGregor was doing? Is there a chance that Dana White, being the businessman running UFC, would be in on this with Conor McGregor from the get-go? Now, before you say no, look at all the publicity generated. And if you knew the end game was still going to be Conor McGregor was still going to fight, would you have gone through this? And you can't say, boy, that's so far-fetched. There's so much money attached to this. I never say never when it comes to this stuff.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs.
That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Tied at 3, Blake Galen re-knots it here early. Somehow I feel like there's more scoring to be had here tonight. Well, there's going to have to be, because it can't end 3-3. Michael Burgess will lead things off. Revs have hit it hard off Leverett in both innings. A home run in both innings, but even beyond just that. Burgess, Verona, Franco up. First pitch is down low. Shadow's still right at the back of the mound and on in. So really the only issue for the hitters at this point would be any glare behind that. Each team 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 homers. Pitch here is over for a strike, 1-1. The Revs had Click up. Van Meter finishes the inning, and we'll probably see Michael in the 4th. Burgess a step out and climbs back in. Leverett a long look. Now has it, and the pitch. Fastball in, that made him move his feet. Burgess, the 2-run homer in the 1st, his 10th of the year. And I don't know that a human could hit a ball harder. Pitch is swung on and missed. And he saw one that looked middle and jumped at it, but just couldn't connect. 2-2. That thing was gone in an instant to left center, just left of center, over the LED boards, out deep the other way. Right into the netting in front of the playground contraptions. 2-2. And that misses up and in. It's like a good number of the Little League team from Nisa that took the field pregame is in the playground now. They should be paying attention. There's the 3-2. And missed inside. Burgess will take his base on 4 balls this time. Worked another full count and jumped back on a pitch that was close but in. And Leverett with his 2nd walk. Now here's Verona now, who doubled deep the other way in the 1st inning. One of the Revs' 5 hits. Each team with 3 of their 5 for extra bases, 1 double apiece. First pitch to him this time is over for a strike. Verona officially in his 3rd game played. Of course, last night would make it 4, but that won't go in the books yet. Here's the 0-1. And he grounds it to deep short. Frias sprawls out. Gloves goes to second. The turn. It is just in time. A 6-4-3 double play. And Vladimir Frias, who went sprawling to his right, made the backhand pick on a shot off the bat of Verona.
Well, the stop was impressive, but I think even more so is how quickly he got back up to his feet, because obviously he had to turn it quickly in order to get Verona. But to make that play, get to his feet, and get off a throw as quickly as he did was certainly a thing of beauty.
They're 2 down, base is empty. Here's Franco, who hit it deep but flied out in the 1st inning in right center. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back, and looks at a fastball strike. Light's starting to come on here, but still plenty of sunlight throughout the field. Leverett, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Went down out of the strike zone on that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Leverett looking for his first scoreless inning of the night. Click back up, re-loosening briefly, and time asked for at the plate. Now ready, the 0-2. And it missed inside off De La Rosa's glove. A 3-3 game, bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a foul tip, skipping straight back. Franco got a piece of that breaking ball, stays alive. Leverett again, winds and deals. And a bouncer to short. Frias charging. It stayed low, but he got down with the glove and on the run. Throws to first. That'll end the inning. So Leverett settles in at least for that frame. The leadoff walk erased. Goes 1-2-3. We go to the 4th. Matt Present with the play-by-play. The Revs and Barnstormers tied at 3. At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance. Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at People's Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, one inning will be designated, and one name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
What a game! The home runs, great pitching, even that foul ball over our heads.
I know, it was so close I almost caught it. Maybe next time, Gus.
Well, what about catching this?
Pay me! The new scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery, with top prizes of $100,000.
That's more like a grand slam. Keep on scratching.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Maple Donuts pitching change as Michael Click comes on to begin the fourth. Joe Van Meter goes 3 innings, gives up 3 runs, all earned on 5 hits, walked 1 and struck out 4. In his first start since 2015. He will not factor into the decision. It's a 3-3 ball game as we head to the fourth. Each team with 2 home runs. Bottom third of the order against Michael Click, Trayvon Robinson, Anderson De La Rosa, and Vladimir Frias. Switch hitter Robinson will dig in from that first base side batter's box. A ground out which went 3-4-1 his first time up. Click ready and from the belt, the first pitch on the way. And that's a breaking ball inside, ball 1. Not sure Robinson saw it all that great out of the hand. A bit of a late reaction on a pitch that ran inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Clicks looks into Cruz and now ready. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball outside corner for a strike. 91 from Michael Click. It's 1-1. Click last worked on June 21st against Southern Maryland. During that big offensive explosion, the eventual 15-9 victory for the Revs. Click working an inning, allowed a home run to Zach Wilson, but it would not matter. Pitch on the way, rolled over, hit on the ground to first. Tejeda waits back. Now will come in and play the short hop and take it to the bag unassisted for out number 1. Trayvon Robinson has hit a couple tricky ones over there at Tejeda. The first time it went off of Tejeda, caromed over to second base where Franco made a great play and Van Meter covered. That time Tejeda sat back initially and then had to come in as the ball kind of died on the grass. That time Tejeda making the play by himself, 1 up and 1 down. Here's Anderson De La Rosa. De La Rosa catching. And the first pitch on the way. Breaking ball, and that's in there, 0-1. De La Rosa, the everyday catcher for the Barnstormers. Tyler Clark, the backup catcher. We might see him tomorrow, at least in one of the 2 games, in all likelihood. And the 0-1 from Click. Swing and a miss. A sweeping slider, and De La Rosa chased it down and out of the strike zone. Click ahead 0-2. Click coming on here in the 4th inning, and he's worked as early as the 4th before. Came in following a rain delay earlier this year. 0-2 to De La Rosa, and the pitch on the way. Fastball just missed, a little high and away. 1-2. That was on the 1st of May against Long Island. And after a 51-minute rain delay, Michael Click came out and threw a couple innings out of the pen. That in the 4th inning. He's also worked as late as the 8th. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. De La Rosa chased it down and out of the strike zone. Click, his first strikeout victim, and he gets the first 2 outs here in the 4th. That'll bring up Vladimir Frias. Frias, a strikeout victim himself in the 2nd inning. An 8-pitch frame from Van Meter. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Click at the belt, and the first pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. Click 6'3", 210 from nearby Media, Pennsylvania. Began his career with Normal in the Frontier League after graduating from Temple University. And the 1-0 pitch popped him up left side of the infield. Dent back out on the outfield grass, calling for it, waiting, and he makes the catch. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Michael Click. Lancaster set down in order in the 4th. Revs coming up. It's tied at 3 on 1350 WOYK.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Identical line score heading to the bottom of the 4th. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors for each team. As the War of the Roses continues here in York. Game 1 of the series will be completed tomorrow afternoon. A resumption of a suspended game last night in which the Barnstormers lead 5-1 in the top of the 5th. That will be played in front of a 7-inning contest tomorrow beginning at 1. Luis Cruz, Ryan Dent, Carlos Trienfeld, bottom 3rd of the order for the Revs against Jarrett Leverett. The lefty winds in the first pitch. Backdoor breaking ball misses, ball 1. Cruz went deep his first time up, a moonshot into the back of the playground in left center field. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Line drive, he takes it the opposite way. Gindle a long run towards the line, and that one is up and off the wall. Gindle plays the carom. Cruz digging for second, the throw in time, the tag applied, and Cruz is gunned down. Caleb Gindle, a fantastic job playing the carom and firing it back in. Cruz gets the hit, his second of the day, but gunned out trying to advance to second on a ball hit off the wall down the right field line. ball continues to carry here tonight at Peoples Bank Park. We've seen 4 hit out of the ballpark, and that one, Cruz taking the other way. Off the wall in deep right field, and here's Ryan Dent. First pitch, fastball over, strike 1. Dent a fly out to center his first time up. The 0-1 pitch on the way, bounces in. That's 1 ball and 1 strike. A 2-hit game for Cruz, who now has 7 hits on the homestand. And the pitch to Dent. Fastball misses away. 2 balls and 1 strike. 67 pitches now for Leverett. Working in the home half of the 4th. Pitch on the way. Dent looks one over. It's a strike outside corner. The count even at 2-2. Leverett began his career in the Frontier League. That in 2014. Then pitched for the Giants the following year. The 2-2 pitch to Dent, and it's fouled off, trickling towards the backstop. Count holding at 2 balls and 2 strikes. After flipping between single A and low A for the Giants and high A. He then went over to the American Association in 15. The 2-2 to Dent. Line drive, fouling out of play, right side. In the winter, he pitched in Puerto Rico and squared off with former Long Island Ducks teammate Darren Downs in the championship series in the Puerto Rican Winter League. Leverett shakes off. Now he's ready. The 2-2 again to Dent. Fastball up and away, ball 3. Rev's doing a nice job today working the count against Leverett. Burgess a full count home run. Luis Cruz doing a nice job. Trienfeld worked a full count walk, and the pitch to Dent chopped on the ground to third. Backing up is Halton. A long throw across in the dirt, and it gets by Hobson. It's backed up by the second baseman Noel, but Ryan Dent will reach on the low throw. It's an error on the third baseman. Halton waited back. It took him behind the bag almost to the outfield grass. And I think he must have rushed the throw a little bit with Dent running down the line and him having to wait so long on the chopper, and fired it in the dirt. And we mentioned before the game, Halton and Hobson both working on picks, but that time KC unable to come up with it at first base. So a runner on for Carlos Trienfeld. Trienfeld wearing the high socks, the royal blue cleats, and the first pitch. A breaking ball, and it misses a little up and in, ball 1. Trienfeld getting his first action since Tuesday in that doubleheader against New Britain. He went 3 for 9 in the day overall, an RBI and a strikeout. Has not played since and takes the ball off the outside edge. So far today, a walk on a good at bat. That coming in the second inning. He was left stranded. Dent on at first, 1 away. Bottom of the 4th. Trienfeld, the righty. Leverett, the lefty. And Jarrett kicks and deals. Fastball popped up down the line and right, and that will get back and out of play. Leverett began last year with New Britain, was traded to Long Island for Kevin Vance later on in the season. And with the Bees, or I should say with the Long Island Ducks, pitched in the Liberty Divisional Series. 7 shutout innings and a 2-0 win. The 2-1 on the way. Fastball, a check swing, and it's off the plate away. No appeal as Trienfeld got the bat back in time. Three balls and 1 strike Tied at 3 here, bottom of the 4th. Middle of the infield at double play depth. Hobson holding the runner Dent on at first. Leverett ready, the 3-1 pitch on the way. Line drive, shallow center field, a long run in, but it'll hang up in time for Robinson. Looked initially like Trienfeld got it off the fist, but it hung up. And Robinson in to make the grab and got it back in quickly as Dent had to hustle back to first. So 2 down in the inning, and the lineup will turn over for Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon, a swinging bunt up the third base line. It hugged the grass his first time up. He stole a base and came around to score, also a strikeout victim. His second plate appearance. Dent on at first, 2 away. A long hold in the first pitch. Backdoor breaking ball, and it misses outside, ball 1. Leverett has gone to that pitch early and often and just hasn't quite gotten the call on the outside corner. Starting it perhaps a bit too far off the plate. It's a good idea, just not getting that pitch in the strike zone. He's at 78 pitches as he comes home 1-0. Breaking ball again. This time he does get the call, and the count even at a ball and a strike. Witherspoon, 3 home runs on the year. Hit the very first home run of the season for the Revs on opening day up in New Britain. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner goes for second. The pitch on the way. Check swing. The throw down is not in time. Noel had to go airborne, and Dent with the feet first slide into second base. And he's in scoring position now with 2 away. 4th steal of the year for Ryan Dent. And Witherspoon saw him running, able to hold back on the swing. One ball and 2 strikes. There's a called strike on the check swing. But now Dent in scoring position. Leverett looks back, no one near Dent at the bag, a big lead, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball down and in, and Witherspoon lays off. Witherspoon got hot at the end of May into the beginning of June, reaching base safely in 13 of 14 and splitting up hitting streaks of 7 and 6 as he grounds it slowly to third. Halden in to play the hop, and he fires across to retire Witherspoon and retire the side. 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left stranded, an error as well. And we head to the 5th at Peoples Bank Park, tied at 3 on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Dream big for less with a first mortgage or home equity loan from First Capital Federal Credit Union. Our competitive rates and terms make it so easy to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home. Either way, we've got you covered. Plus, our home equity loans with rates as low as 3.99% APR for 120 months give you the spending power you need for remodeling, education, you name it. For more information, visit us online at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
the Roses tied at 3, top of the 5th. And it's the top of the order due up for Lancaster. Blake Galen, Rico Noel, Caleb Gindle. And Gindle, who threw out Luis Cruz, trying to stretch a single into a double last half inning. We're told it was his 7th outfield assist already on the year. We knew he had a good arm, but man, 7 already is certainly impressive, and he had a long way to run to get to that one. As Galen digs in, Click back to work, and the first pitch on the way, fastball outside, ball 1. Van Meter went 3 in his first start. Click now out for his 2nd inning of work. And the 1-0 to Galen. Grounded towards the right side and takes a big hop over the reach of Tejeda on into right field, a base hit. Would have been a tough play regardless, but a bad hop over the glove of Tejeda, moving towards second. And a leadoff single for Blake Galen, his 3rd hit of the ball game. That brings up Rico Noel. Noel, a 2-run homer the opposite way in the first. His 1st of the season and just his 7th in his career. Open stance as he digs in from the right side with Galen on at first. Click from the belt and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, fouled straight back. Galen on the bases, 9 steals in 13 attempts. This entire team loves to run, 100 steals even on the year. Once the stats go in from the first portion of the game last night, again, that game will finish tomorrow at 1 o'clock. 0-1 to Noel, a turn and a look to first, but no throw from Michael Click. Sun still shining over towards first base as Galen has his arm up blocking it as Click throws over, and Galen back in with a dive. Noel, in addition to that home run, was struck out in the 3rd inning by Joe Van Meter. Successful K-man here tonight for the Revs. 0-1 the count, and Click comes home. Breaking ball popped up, foul territory, first base side. Tejeda over onto the warning track, calling for it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Right in front of the Revs dugout. I'm sure his teammates were helping out. And they'll toss over to first base with Franco covering just to see what they can buy with Galen taking a step off, but he was certainly standing on the base when the ball was caught. Franco and Galen having a little fun over there. 1 down in the 5th. Caleb Gindle, the batter, 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Click sets. Infield looks to turn 2. And the pitch on the way. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Mentioned Click out of Temple University. His father, Devin, also played for Temple. Growing up, Click played alongside Kane Callis, son of longtime Phillies broadcaster Harry Callis. The two of them spending off seasons together and playing some travel ball together. The 1-0 pitch, runner goes, and it's a chopper to short. Takes Franco in his direction. The flip to second, the return throw to first. It's a double play. Oftentimes when a guy breaks for the bag, they get burnt on the hit and run, but Franco was right in stride fielding that one to dent for 1, and the return throw perfect. And hit by Galen to lead off the inning, erased on the inning-ending double play off the bat of Caleb Gindle. Halfway home here at Peoples Bank Park, still tied at 3 on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I'm spending that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, The average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Barnstormers 3, Revs 3, home half of the 5th. Alonzo Harris, Isaias Tejeda, Michael Burgess due up. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the Revs. Jarrett Leverett back out there. He's at 82 pitches to begin the frame. Harris will dig in. Corner infielders expecting a potential bunt here. Of course, it would be for a hit with Harris leading off the inning. And the first pitch on the way, breaking ball, and it catches the bottom of the zone. Strike one. I think Harris thought that was low. Some fans echoing that sentiment. Even the automated scoreboard in left put up ball one. But indeed, it's 0-1. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball again. This time it bounces in. No question about that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harris now in his 10th pro season. Began his career with the New York Mets organization, reaching AA Binghamton, and the 1-1 pitch on the way. High fly ball, well hit left center field. Millage going back on the run, and it's off the wall. Harris around first, digging for 2. The relay not in time. A stand-up double for Alonzo Harris and a 2-hit game. Off the base of the wall on the Harrisburg University sign in front of the merry-go-round in left center field. And Alonzo Harris getting those power numbers up. Last night, in the beginning of that suspended game, hitting his 5th home run in 9 games. And now a double here to begin the 5th. 7th double of the year for Harris, who missed 3 weeks with a strained oblique as Isaias Tejeda digs in. Big hole on the right side. A look back, and now the pitch. First pitch, breaking ball in for strike 1. Tejeda 7 for 19 on the homestand. 4 doubles and a home run. And speaking of multi-hit games, Tejeda with 18 on the year. No balls and a strike. A long hold from Leverett. Harris getting his secondary. Now a spin and a throwback, and Harris in safely. Alonzo with a team-high 10 stolen bases this year. Dancing off of second. The second baseman, Noel, trying to keep him close. And now Tejeda will call time. Last year with St. Paul in the American Association, Harris had 43 steals, leading the league in 93 games. Leverett again, the long hold. 0-1 the count, and the pitch on the way. Fastball skied foul down the line and right. Tejeda, undrafted out of the Dominican Republic. Back for a second year with York. A 28-game hitting streak a year ago, spanning his 2 stints with the club. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball got him looking inside corner. He spun back, but it caught the inside black, according to home plate umpire Brian DeBrouwer. Second strikeout of the night for Jarrett Leverett, and 1 away in the 5th. So 1 down for Michael Burgess. Burgess, a mammoth 2-run home run the opposite way, his first time up. Leading the team now with 10 on the year. Leverett continues to work at a snail's pace with men aboard. A look back, and the pitch to Burgess. And that's inside, ball 1. Right-hander R.J. Hively up and throwing in the Lancaster bullpen. The next pitch for Leverett will be number 90. Lefty against lefty, a look back at second. And the pitch on the way. Burgess takes it up and in. Ball 2. Burgess back for his second year with York, his 3rd in the Atlantic League. He was part of a Somerset team in 2015 that won the league championship. Head in the count 2-0. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball off the plate away. And now it's 3-0. Burgess last year with York, a .275 hitter, 8 home runs, 31 knocked in 43 games. And the 3-0 pitch on the way, upstairs, ball 4. 2 walks in the ball game for Michael Burgess. He's had 3 very patient at-bats. The home run came on a 3-2 pitch. So now the Revs have 2 men on, a double by Harris and a 1-out walk now by Michael Burgess. And that brings up Dyrone Verona. Verona back in the 1st inning, doubled to deep right center, his 3rd double in as many games with the team. Set from Leverett, a look back, a spin and a throw, and Harris gets the hand back in. Pretty good move by Leverett, but Harris not far enough off. Verona, an open stance from the right side, rests the bat on his back right shoulder. And now the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike. Verona, as we detailed on the pregame show yesterday, a defect from Cuba, initially took a boat to Haiti. Him, his mother, and several other people all fleeing the country, and very cool that he was able to come with his mom because so many are forced to leave their family behind. He told me that boat ride was 12 hours long. 0-1, 2 men on. Home half of the 5th, and a step off and a look back at Harris, who is inching out that lead. Noel doing his best to keep him close. First and second, and the 0-1 to Verona. Popped him up, right field, shallow and towards the line. Going out, the second baseman coming in, Gindel, and Gindel goes into a slide and makes the catch. A long run for Gindel, and he's made 2 great plays in this one. An outfield assist last inning to get Cruz at second base, and now a long run and a sliding catch to take a base hit away from Dyrone Verona. So now it'll take a 2-out base hit from Angel Franco. Franco's been hot of late. Angel 8 hits in 11 at-bats on the homestand. He's had 6-game hitting streaks 3 different times this year. Switch hitter, bats right. And the first pitch from Leverett. Breaking ball chopped on the ground to third. A short hop played by Halton, and he fires across as Hobson steps into foul territory to receive it, but it's there in time to retire the side. A base hit and 2 men left, and through 5 complete, we're knotted at 3 on 1350 WOYK.
Now through June 30th, it's the York Mitsubishi Sizzling Summer Sports Utility Sales Event. The Outlander and Outlander Sport are the best price SUVs in the market, starting at $17,495. Now available in 5 or 7 passenger. Financing as low as 0% for 72 months. With the best warranty in the business, 10-year or 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Only at York Mitsubishi. Celebrating 27 years in business just off Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue. York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rudders, why go anywhere else?
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
On a bullpen day, Joe Van Meter goes 3. Michael Click follows it up with 2 scoreless innings, gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout. And now on a Maple Donuts pitching change, Click gives way to one of the newest Revs, Waldis Joaquin. Joaquin making his 2nd appearance with the club. Came in against Southern Maryland a couple nights ago and worked a perfect 1-2-3 7th inning. A strikeout and 2 groundouts in his Revs debut. A hard fastball, a tight breaking slider, and he will face Casey Hobson to begin the 6th. First pitch on the way, and it's down low, ball 1. 3-3 our score. The Barnstormers 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The Revs 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The 1-ball pitch on the way to Hobson, and that's down and away, ball 2. Hobson's been red hot. 6 home runs in his last 5 games. A double in this one. And a hitter's count here, 2-0. Pitch on the way, fastball, and it's fouled straight back. Hobson also a pop out to Trienfeld at third base in the 1st. And not only does he have 6 home runs in his last 5 games, but he has 12 home runs over his last 25. 2-1 the count. Joaquin kicks and fires, and it's chopped foul straight down at the plate. So Hobson really making a case for himself to be the league MVP. It's still early, still in the first half, but certainly on that pace. A .314 average, 19 home runs, 56 driven in. The 2-2 from Joaquin, fastball check swing. Appeal to third and no swing, says David Shirk. Might have been a slider. It was certainly hard. 88 on the gun, but it ran a little inside, so either a cutter or a slider. Joaquin can bring it. He was up around 95 his first outing, and right now will work with a full count to Casey Hobson. Joaquin ready, the payoff pitch. Chop foul, and they'll do it again. That one in and out of the Revs' first base side dugout. Hobson, the son of former Barnstormer skipper Butch Hobson, who now manages Kane County, the Diamondbacks Single-A affiliate. Set up inside, the 3-2 again. Breaking ball, and it's up and away, ball 4. Came with the slider on 3-2. Cruz tried to frame it, but it missed high and outside. A leadoff walk to Casey Hobson, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Sean Halton. Halton has been on base twice, a single to left in the first, and a free pass in the third. Joaquin, the first pitch on the way. Strike one, 94 on the gun, outside corner, and a pitcher's pitch. Halton lays off. Halton, an Atlantic League All-Star a year ago, a .290 average, 22 home runs, 71 knocked in 2016. And the pitch on the way bounces in. Cruz couldn't find it at first, and up to second on the play is Casey Hobson. It's a wild pitch. Halton, of course, his totals this year down a little bit from a year ago, a .234 average, but he does have 11 home runs. Overshadowed by Casey Hobson's 19. Pitch on the way, line drive over the leap of Tejeda at first base. Base hit right field. Getting the stop sign is Casey Hobson as the right fielder Harris throws a strike to the plate, but it allows Sean Halton to move into scoring position as he takes second base on the throw. So now it's second and third and nobody out. Tough call on the throw from Harris because by the time Hobson got the stop sign, he was a third of the way down the line. But a high throw, it was unable to be cut off by Tejeda. And now it's two in scoring position. Blasting's Millage up in an RBI spot. He's 0 for 2. 9-game hitting streak on the line. And the first pitch on the way. Fastball just missed inside, ball 1. 95 with arm side run. It's 1-0. Millage began yesterday the suspended game on the bench. But over his previous 9, 17 for 36, a .472 clip. Pitch on the way, swung and missed. Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Joaquin. Now the count even at a ball and a strike. Millage with the high bright red socks. Red spikes to go along with a bright red helmet. And the alternate red jerseys. The 1-1 from Joaquin. Fastball, and it's squibbed back towards the mound. Joaquin to field, checks the runner, throws to first. And a big out, number 1. 2 runners at second and third have to stay put on the number off the fist of Millage, and Joaquin fielding his position gets the first out of the inning.
Center fielder number 21,
Trayvon Robinson now will be the batter. Robinson has twice grounded out to first base. Once an easy play, once a bit of an adventure. That first time, it went off to Tejeda. Franco picked it up and tossed to Van Meter. Really nice play by the team as a whole. Robinson up in the first pitch, down and in, ball 1. The Revs will get Luke Westfall up and throwing down in the right field bullpen. Tied at 3, but the Barnstormers threatening with 2 in scoring position. The Revs now with the 1 away have brought their infield halfway. 1-0 the count, the pitch on the way. Fastball line on a hop to short. Dent with the sprawling stop. Gets to his feet, throws to first, and both runners stay put. A tremendous play by Ryan Dent on a line drive short hop towards the hole, and he's able to get the out at first base, and the runs cannot advance. A heck of a play by Ryan Dent. He's been at third base the last couple of nights, now moves back to shortstop, which Mace feels is his best position. And he flashes the leather right there for out number 2 as Paul Fletcher will now spend a visit. Ryan Dent, a heck of a play, and right now keeping this ball game tied at 3. Revs Baseball brought to you by Image 360, Dingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stambaugh Plumbing and Heating. We're in the top of the 6th, 2 away, 2 men in scoring position for the catcher Anderson De La Rosa. De La Rosa 0 for 2. In fact, the bottom 4 in this order have yet to reach base. Infield now back with 2 down. Runners at second and third, in the first pitch from Joaquin. Grounded slowly up the line, but it's foul. De La Rosa a pop out to second base in the second, and a strikeout victim of Michael Click in the fourth. De La Rosa came in hitting .272, 3 home runs, 21 knocked in. Joaquin drops the hands, and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball chopped on the ground left side. Dent back towards the hole. A long throw across on a hop. The pole makes it into the glove of Tejeda, and he holds the base. Ryan Dent keeps the score tied at 3. A short hop, stab, and then a backhand fire. Back-to-back plays to end the frame. A walk, a hit, and 2 men left. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, we're tied at 3 on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Ryan Dent flashing the leather in the top of the 6th, keeps the game tied at 3. It was second and third and nobody down for the Barnstormers, and they could not get a run across. And Ryan Dent will come to bat second in the inning. It'll be Cruz, Dent, and Trienfeld, bottom third of the order, facing Jarrett Leverett. A new third baseman in for the Barnstormers. Presumably Garrett Weber. We'll try to get confirmation. It is Weber. in at third in place of Sean Halton. Weber started the game last night that has yet to be concluded. Cruz up, and the first pitch from Leverett, a backdoor breaking ball, stays outside. Want to know the count to Luis Cruz. And the pitch on the way. Breaking ball this time on the inside corner. That's in there for a strike, and the count even at 1-1. Cruz getting a lot more time behind the plate of late. Officially making his 17th start. He did start last night, so that would be 18. Pitch on the way, chopped hard to shortstop. Frias moving towards his glove side left. Fields and throws for out number 1. So Cruz set down, and that'll bring up Ryan Dent. Dent, as I mentioned, a couple of tremendous plays in the field. And he's really picked it up with the glove of late. He's been smooth all year, but of late has been perfect. 30 consecutive games without an error. And the first pitch on the way. High fly ball, center field, straight away. Moving towards his left is Robinson, and now he waits and makes the grab for out number 2. Two up and 2 down here in the 6th, and that'll bring up Carlos Trienfeld. Trienfeld 0 for 1, a walk in the 2nd, and was left stranded. Trienfeld takes a practice swing with his right hand only, halfway up the bat. And now we'll dig in. First pitch from Leverett, and it's a fastball up and away, ball 1. Leverett's next pitch will be number 100 on the night. He nods his head to De La Cruz, and the pitch on the way. Inside. De La Rosa, I should say, behind the plate. Pitch number 100 misses. It's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch on the way. That one's in there for a strike. It's 2-1. We're now being told that Sean Halton has moved to left field and Lastings Millage has moved to right. Pitch on the way below the knees. Now the count 3-1. So Gindel, who made a sliding catch last inning, may have banged himself up a little bit in doing so. 3-1 on the way to Trienfeld. High fly ball, deep left field. No play for Halton on this one. It is gone. Carlos Trienfeld, the 5th home run of the ball game, his 3rd of the year, and he breaks the tie. It is 4-3 Revs. No doubt blast off the bat of the Revs' third baseman as they take a 4-3 lead. And it looks like that's going to be all for Jarrett Leverett. The infield coming in. Ross Peoples has made the move down to the bullpen and left field. Ryan Dent's defense kept it tied in the top half of the inning. Carlos Trienfeld's bat unties it in the bottom half of the inning. And as the new pitcher comes on, we'll step aside. 4-3 Rebs in front on 1350 WOYK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
This is The Rich Eisen Show.
Christian Hacker, it's a 4-year deal, right?
A 4-year deal.
Eric Decker did not criticize. He said he was surprised by it.
The quote was,
say that.
a little surprised to be honest with
Right.
you. They wanted him earlier than later.
Correct. That's a jab because it's right. He did not need to be the 51st overall pick of this draft.
Is this the button that plays?
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
The Somerset Patriots will be hosting the 2017 Atlantic League All-Star Game on July 12th at TD Bank Ballpark. To vote your favorite Revs players into the All-Star Game, visit AtlanticLeague.com, and for more information or for tickets to the game, visit SomersetPatriots.com today.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, with the top of the order coming up for the 4th time today, Ross Peoples will go to his bullpen following the Carlos Trienfeld go-ahead home run. 4-3, Revs lead it. Bases empty, 2 down, bottom of the 6th as R.J. Hively comes in on the Maple Donuts pitching change. Witherspoon up in the first from Hively, swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Hively last worked June 21st against Bridgeport. 2/3 of an inning, scoreless, did walk a batter. Picked up the hold in the 6-4 victory. Middle of the infield spread well apart. Frias and Noel playing towards either base. And the pitch on the way, breaking ball over. And it's 0-2. Witherspoon 1 for 3, a hit and a run scored. And the 0-2 pitch fouled straight back in between the wickets of De La Rosa behind the plate. All 4 Revs runs have come via the home run. A 2-run shot from Burgess, a solo home run from Luis Cruz, and a solo blast, a batter go from Carlos Trienfeld. And it's a 4-3 lead. The 0-2 pitch to Witherspoon, down in the dirt. He lays off, and it's 1-2. In fact, every run in the game has come via a home run. Rico Noel, a 2-run bomb in the first. Blake Galen, a solo home run in the third for the Barnstormers. Hively ready, 1-2 the count to Witherspoon. Kicks and deals, and Witherspoon fouls it off to stay alive. R.J. Hively, 6'2", 220 pounds, from Huntington Beach, California. One of the returners on this Lancaster squad. And he's ready, the 1-2 to Witherspoon. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Witherspoon down on strikes, but the Revs take the lead. A solo home run by Carlos Trienfeld over the arch nemesis in left. It's a 4-3 ball game heading to the 7th. Darrell Henry will take over when we come back on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving your county for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Is Tom Brady now suspended?
Yes. The Associated Press says appeals court rules Patriots quarterback Tom Brady must serve 4-game Deflategate suspension.
Fritzy, call for Tom Brady.
I'm on it.
And if not, Giselle. And then Robert Kraft. He's got 4 months here. What can he do in 4 months here with an appeal?
This is basically where we were last year.
Yeah.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Head of the 7th inning, and the Revs all of a sudden in front again, 4-3 on Carlos Trienfel's blast. Luke Westfall will come on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Twilight here at the stadium tonight, and Westfall will face 9-1-2 Frias, Galen, and Noel. Ryan Dent, the man of the hour for about 10 minutes last inning, and then Trienfel stealing the show with that bomb. But Dent, the reason that the game stayed tied, and then the Revs went in front. Joaquin escaping that second and third no-out jam. Frias leads it off. Here's Westfall's first pitch, and it's down low. Frias a strikeout and a pop-up tonight. Westfall, rough week. He suffered 3 losses in the last week. Now 1-5, but the ERA is still 3.24. Now the 1-0, and it's lined the other way, down the line in right, and it's going to bounce to the wall. Harris corralling the carom, and Frias a leadoff double, throw coming into Franco at second base. So the Barnstormers once again with an immediate threat before and out, and the number 9 hitter Frias doubles the other way. Down a run, Blake Galen coming up. We'll try to at least move him over. Galen 3 for 3 tonight with a home run. Now hitting .324. Lefty on lefty. Westfall sets, delivers, and Galen bunts but fouls it back behind the plate. That ball running away and only able to get the end of his bat on that attempt. Galen, we mentioned, up to .324 now. His best year in Lancaster, 2014, he hit .350. Around a stint in Mexico. The 0-1. And, a line drive caught by Luke Westfall! Oh, man! That thing had fur on it. And right back at him, and in self-defense, he makes the grab with the glove up in front of his chin. Good night. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. A break for the Revs, but an exhale for Westfall, who's still upright. Thing had hair on it. 1 down, here's Rico Noel, who's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer in the first, and a breaking ball from Westfall tumbles in for a strike. Man, that thing was scary. That's like the 3rd of those that he's had this season. I think he's caught all of them. or at least multiple of them. He deals, and a slider almost the same spot, but this time doesn't get the call. Ruled to be a little bit up, perhaps. Van Meter, the first 3 tonight. Click 2 scoreless. Joaquin escaped in the 6th, scoreless. Westfall, the 1-1. And it misses down and in, smothered by Cruz. Frias, the tying run at second base after the leadoff double. Now 1 out here in the inning. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for York. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Lancaster. Westfall ready. 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Foul tip into the mitt at 94. 2-2. Blazing fastball from Westfall, who powered it right by him. He's gotten 1 big out, now looking for another one. On deck is Garrett Weber, who went into the spot, vacated by Gindel, who was the one that left. Westfall to stretch. 2-2. Swing and a nub foul. Third base side. Josh Bell over to cut it off. Their hitting coach, who's at third this inning. Nightfall approaching here in York. Beautiful evening. Westfall ready. Runner goes. Pitch is outside off Cruz's glove. Frias slides awkwardly into third. His knees stopped him against the corner of the bag. And a little slow getting up. But he took off on the pitch. It'll be a steal. Lancaster with their first in this game tonight. And he was looking to move up after that first out and does.
Yeah, that's a really big play there by Frias after he was unable to advance on the line drive by Galen. Still finds a way to get himself 90 feet away with 1 out.
And continues to walk it off up the line a bit. A late slide. I think as he approached third, he looked in at the plate to see how far that pitch had gotten away and then started his slide late. Jammed right into it. The Revs will bring the infield in with the tying run at third. The stretch, the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. He got Noel to chase it in the other batter's box. A fastball way outside and 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And here's Garrett Weber for his first at bat of the night. 277 hitter, 5 home runs, 19 batted in. He started last night, in off the bench tonight, and Westfall the pitch. Swing and a miss, a half cut. He went around on the slider and could not stop. Westfall trying to pull off another big escape after Joaquin did last inning. Leverett did a couple of innings ago. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1. Slider in the dirt. Big block by Cruz, who keeps it right in front and deadens it. Revs do have a right-hander up in the bullpen. Oh, Hutchinson up?
I think that's the note I was
okay.
Slipped.
All right. Westfall set. The 1-1. Fastball. Got the call. Outside, Black at the knees. And he moves in front. Trying to leave the tying run at third. Here with 2 outs in the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now he's ready. And the pitch. Swing, and he just got a piece. Foul tip rolling over toward Casey Hobson, who lurks on deck. Don't want to have to face him with men on, which makes this at bat that much bigger. Weber just got a piece on that slider. Let's see what they go to now. Westfall ready. 1-2. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! And Luke Westfall escapes after the leadoff double. Leaves the tying run at third base. A life-saving catch, and then back-to-back strikeouts. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And now he can breathe a little bit easier after that scare earlier in the inning. Stretch time here at the bank. Revs lead the Barnstormers 4-3.
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438, or online at MidAtlanticIndustrial.com.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Baylor football is what I've been saying for years, what scares me about America. It's not the big cities. Big cities have a lot of eyeballs, a lot of cameras. Small towns. I grew up in one. They hide stuff. Rumors, hidden, no eyeballs, nobody saw it. Football is too big a deal in some towns in America.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs still in front, thanks to the defense, the bullpen, Luke Westfall, the latest. Bottom of the 7th, and Alonzo Harris leads it off. RJ Hively stays in. 4-3 York. And Hively, who struck out Witherspoon, his second batter faced. He begins with a slider, and Harris tried to kill it. And comes up empty, no balls and a strike.
And just to go back and touch on the work of Luke Westfall, he's a guy who's lost a couple games of late, hasn't pitched his best recently, and I think that line drive really fired him up because he came back with 2 strikeouts, and his pitches just look so much better at the end of that inning.
Oh, Harris trying to bunt his way on, has to twist away. That was in near his kneecaps.
He was 94 with the fastball and that slider with as much bite as we've seen this year.
Yeah, that might have made him mad. That line drive. He was awesome after that. Here's the 1-1. And a slider hovered over the outside corner, a strike. Harris 2 for 3 tonight. He doubled off the base of the wall and left center in the 5th, but in that inning it was Leverett who escaped. That double led off the inning. They were unable to score him. They did take the lead. An inning later on Trienfeld's blast. Lively from the stretch. 1-2. Swinging a foul tip right off De La Rosa, who crunches over. Back to both knees now as that deflected over to Tejeda, who's on deck. Harris, Tejeda, and Burgess. Here in the home half of the 7th. Fireworks tonight afterward. Presented by the Marines. Been a great night here, big crowd. Entertaining game. Here's the stretch from Hively. And delivers. Swing and a smash foul behind Polo at third, and it ricochets out into left off the angled wall. They try to come in, and if that's any indication, they're not going to throw it by Harris. He was awfully quick to that. Lancaster's relievers averaging up around 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. Hively's got 32 and 24 and a third. And he's ready with it. And the pitch. Swing, and he fights off another one, reaching. A foul back over the roof. Might have hit the light standard and came bouncing down. Hively 2-0 with a 2.63 overall, or ERA overall out of their bullpen. Last year, he worked as a starter early on with Bridgeport and then landed with Lancaster as a reliever. Now the pitch. Breaking ball and a check swing foul. And excuse me, foul tip to the backstop. Right before that pitch, Robinson in center went running over to right center, scurrying from one angle to the other, changing his setup. No idea if Harris would have seen that or not. Now Hively ready with it. Another 1-2, and it misses in the dirt. Having a great battle up there. 2-2 with 4 two-strike foul balls. This will be the 9th pitch coming up. Now again, Hively. He deals, and a grounder foul pulled down the third base side again. Hively's really found himself in their bullpen this year. 32 strikeouts to only 6 walks. Harris battling, trying to get on to start the inning. Crouches way down low in the right-hand box. Another 2-2, and it missed low. Great eye. A full count. He continues to see it well. And a guy who's led off a lot in his career, trying to be a great leadoff man, here to begin this inning. This will be the 11th pitch coming up. Hively set. And the 3-2. Swing and a pop-up foul straight back. That lands up top. And we'll do it again. I would imagine he's seen everything that he has by now.
Well, Harris has seen more in this at bat than the Revs as a team saw last inning.
Hively again ready. And delivers. Down and in. And on the 12th pitch, Alonzo Harris reaches on a leadoff walk here with a 1-run lead. And since he's gotten healthy, he's been their top base stealer. We'll see what they do. On base for the 3rd straight time.
And I'd expect him to go up a run. What do you have to lose? Stay out of the double play? Get a runner in scoring position?
Here's Tejeda, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Ground out, line out to right, and a strikeout. Harris held by Hobson at first. Gets a little more. He's inching and has to dive back and has time to do so. He's getting a little twitchy down there. He's got 10 steals, which leads the team. He was at second with no outs in the 5th. He'll try to get there again here in the 7th. Hively a move to first. Harris a shorter lead. He's back standing up. That leads to some crickets. on the sound system. Could be my ringtone as well, which you guys discovered the other day. Hively ready. And the pitch, a swing and a pop-up. Foul ground at first. Hobson is over by the coach's box and makes the grab for out number 1. And Tejeda retired on the first pitch that he sees after that 12-pitch walk. 1 down, we'll pause for station identification.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
So 1 down, Michael Burgess will dig in. He'll face a right-hander for the first time tonight. 2-run homer in the first, and walks both times since. Hively ready. Harris a short lead. Long hold and the first pitch. A swing and a well-hit ball to straightaway center. Robinson back off the LED board. And Harris flying around third. He's going to score. Relay home is way late. And Michael Burgess standing at second with an RBI double. Another ball that was just tattooed. It's amazing the lights in right center still work. He's had a perfect night at the plate. He drives in his third, and the Revs lead it 5-3. Absolutely crushed.
And the key has been his patience. When you have a guy who's going to hit a home run on a full count and walk twice, you have to come in with a strike. And he has such good plate coverage that he just launches it.
Out toward the pole that borders the batter's eye. That was the deepest part of the LED board. Here's Verona, and he takes a little bit high. The Revs with a 5-3 lead. And Burgess a perfect night at the plate continuing. Harris after that leadoff walk comes around to score. Hively ready. And the 1-0 breaking ball missed inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Verona, who's 1 for 3 tonight. He doubled back in the first inning. Revs now with 9 hits in the game. Here's the 2-0. And it missed inside. Verona looked like he would have been taking all the way. He's got a 3-0 count. Saw a firework light the sky toward the east. Last night on my way home for the first time, I saw fireflies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really a signal of summer.
It is.
I think this is a good 3-0 green light here.
We will see the pitch. And missed just outside. 4-pitch walk. Verona's on for the second time tonight. Hively with 2 walks in the inning. And we mentioned earlier his strikeout to walk numbers had been excellent. Only 6 walks all year coming in, but 2 this inning. And here's Angel Franco, who's been hot. 0 for 3 tonight. Did hit one deep that was caught. And here comes Scott Patterson for a visit. Revs Baseball brought to you by Hatfield, York Water Company, Brickers, Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, York Volkswagen, and Penn State York. Barnstormers with right-hander Cody Hall up in their bullpen. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Southern Maryland trails Bridgeport 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bridgeport trying to stay in that Liberty race. Somerset, though, a big lead at home over New Britain, 8-3 in the 6th. Bridgeport 3 back entering the night. Their chances fading. They do lead at Southern Maryland. Long Island a 4-1 lead at Sugarland in the 8th. 2 on with 1 out. And after the visit, pitch to Franco is a fastball in for a strike. Burgess at second, Verona at first. Michael, who just missed his second home run of the night, but picked up the big RBI double. Hively with the 0-1 and a swing and a pop foul out of play, left side. And if he pulled that ball a little bit more, he'd have had his second home run, but he has gotten locked in again. The most recent completed game, he had 3 hits, drove in a run. Hively ready again, and time asked for by Franco.
So many caveats with the stats tonight.
I know. And then so much work.
Yeah.
For mostly you, my good man, on Monday. Pitch to Franco, a swing and a miss. Fastball down low, gets him swinging.
I assume you're referring to the Baltimore baseball show.
Yeah. As usual. Now 2 down in the inning, and Luis Cruz coming up. Cruz 2 for 3 tonight, a home run in the second, and then singled off the wall and right in the 4th inning, was thrown out trying to make it a double. But he drove it deep the other way after already homering earlier. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch missed off the plate away. Hively, who's from Orange, California. Originally went to Cal State Fullerton, but was redshirted, and then went to junior college and then on to Ole Miss. 1-0, and a chopper toward third, but foul. Weber across to glove it. He was at Ole Miss a bit before Haunton Buchanan was. Hively, 28 years old, 19th round pick of the Diamondbacks in 2012, 4 years in their system, and now his second year in the Atlantic League. His ERA in the 6 is last year, 6.48, but has really been solid for them in relief this season. He's ready. The 1-1, and a breaking ball up high. Slider up around the letters. Cruz didn't even flinch. 2-1. Hively, a Midwest League All-Star in his second pro season. He was a closer that year. Now ready. And the 2-1. Swing and a drive deep to left field. It is gone! Luis Cruz with a line drive, 3-run home run. Out over the arch nemesis, his second of the night. And the Revs lead it 8-3. He knew he got it, he flipped the bat. Hively was staring him down, and Rico Noel was jawing at him as he came around second. Cruz had some words back for him, and the Revs have blown this game wide open here in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Dent should not be overly loose as he goes up to the plate right now. The Barnstormers were not happy. The Revs may not have been happy after last night. And Cruz knew he got it, chucked the bat up, and things starting to boil a bit. Revs blowing it open, and that's it for Hively, who will be lifted.
Well, the first thing I'll say is, wow, Luis Cruz. First time this year the Revs have hit 4 home runs in a game. And the second thing I'll say is I think Ryan Dent is safe because Ross Peoples has made a move to Cody Hall. And if you're going to hit a guy, you're going to do it with an old pitcher, not a new one.
Yeah. I wonder if Hively wanted to stay in and take out some frustration. Hopefully they don't. And maybe Peoples sensing that and doesn't want it to go that direction. But a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts here in the bottom of the 7th. Hall comes on. And what a night for these guys at the plate again. We don't know what last night's game will end up being in the statisticas, but here tonight, 8 runs on 10 hits, 4 home runs.
Certainly an impressive showing. Home runs flying out of this park tonight, but the last 2, Trienfeld and Cruz, well, maybe even all 4 for the Revs. I mean, they crushed them.
Oh,
maybe any night.
Just obliterated. Cruz's was a line drive that just pierced the sky over the arch nemesis. The one that he hit back in the second was a bomb that I didn't even see land. Trienfeld's was a classic towering blast. Burgess is back in the first, an opposite field line shot. Lancaster was mad, but don't a lot of guys flip the bat nowadays?
And that's the thing. Every sport over time evolves, and I think it's an area where baseball is a little stuck in the past where these unwritten rules about guys celebrating. I'm of the opinion if you don't like it, get them out.
Yeah. Now the Revs
certainly not. Sorry, Darryl. Certainly not directed at the pitcher. Just the guy happy to hit a big home run.
Absolutely. Revs having some fun tonight. Hall comes on. First pitch fastball. It's a strike on Dent at 94. And that was away from him, so not coming in. 5,005 our attendance tonight. And they have enjoyed it. Revs an 8-3 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Hall with the 0-1, and it misses down in the dirt. Dent 0 for 3 tonight, but does have a stolen base, and most importantly, the plays that he made with his glove in the 6th inning, the game, who knows, could have been vastly different. Lancaster could have been up 5-3. Now Hall with the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball there. And once again, Ed Mann is the man. Thank you, sir. Yingling's ice cream in the booth. What a gentleman. What a gentleman, Ed Mann. Thank you, Ed.
It's been hot. This is perfect.
And Elaine. We like Elaine, too. Mrs. Mann. Now Hall ready with it. Dent waiting, the hands down around his back shoulder. Pitch is trickled foul. He's looking up. I think he was looking for it to bounce up, but it stayed right there at the feet of De La Rosa. I don't know if Dent has lowered his hands since earlier in the year, but he does look nice and relaxed up there. He and Fletch were working with the tablet at BP the other day, getting some instant video, instant feedback. Hall the pitch, swing, and he chops a foul past Polo at third.
I'm not sure if he lowered the hands or not, but if he did, I think the purpose of that is just to be a little quicker to the baseball to make sure his first move is forward with the hands instead of down and then forward.
By the way, the 4 home runs tonight is season high. That Revs had 3 in a game against Bridgeport May 12th. Now holding it, and the 1-2. Fastball, strike 3 called. Down and away. That'll end the inning, but the Revs with 4 runs on only 2 hits. And they took full advantage, blasting off. We go to the 8th. York with a cushion. They lead it 8-3.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
It's how great you are and then you don't win. I mean, Seattle won 116 games, but they're remembered for winning 116 and not getting to the World Series. New England, 18-0, and then they lost to the Giants. Golden State with 73 wins. If you don't win the championship, we're going to look back on this season and say, that was great.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th, and Chase Hutchinson is on. He's used to being on in close games and was getting himself ready to do so, but Revs blowing this game open with a 4-run 7th. And Luis Cruz having himself a night among others. Michael Burgess. Trienfeld, the go-ahead homer the previous inning. Ryan Dent with the glove. An 8-3 lead. Casey Hobson will lead it off. Hutchinson ready to go. Our 8th inning brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. The lefty Hobson up first. First pitch, breaking ball, and it's a called strike. That made him stutter step as it started at him and hooked back. Hobson 1 for 2, a double and a walk tonight. Left on left, 4-5-6 in the order. And the 0-1 swing, and he pulls a ground foul, first base side. 8 runs on 10 hits, 4 home runs for the Revs, who, including last night, have now hit 18 home runs in their last 15 games. And Hutchinson, the 0-2, and he jammed him, pop up. Going out from second is Franco, shallow, right center, he dropped it off the heel of his glove. Dent will pick up and toss into second. Tejeda and Trienfeld from the corners, both racing there to cover. Now Hobson is on to begin the 8th inning, and they'll score to hit. It hit the heel of Franco's glove, ranging out, and just unable to squeeze it. Now here's Sean Halton, who's had a perfect night. 2 singles with a walk in between. Barnstormers with their 9th hit. Hutchinson made a good pitch, jammed him. First one to Halton, fastball, and it's a strike at 90. They had him set up well with a couple breaking balls to start, and then the fastball, he was late. Halton, who started at third, moved out to left when Gendel exited. Millage went from left to right. Hutchinson ready. 0-1. And a breaking ball, and it caught the inside part of the plate. Strike 2 taken. Hutchinson 2-2, a 1.71 ERA in 22 outings. Now into his stretch. And And the 0-2 swing, and he golfs a foul over the left field seats. Southern Maryland has tied it in the 6th inning. They're now in the 7th, 3-3 against Bridgeport on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Blue Crabs a 2.5 game lead over Lancaster entering play tonight. Hutchinson, another 0-2. Oh, look out. Liner foul. It hit the sidewall down past the Revs dugout. Careens out into right field.
And we've talked about the strangeness of the scheduling and different stuff like that, but it's pretty strange that the Revs have had so much trouble this year against the Blue Crabs, but have done so well here against the Barnstormers.
Hard to believe. Pitch is down in the dirt, blocked by Cruz to his left. Taking off from first was Hobson, and he'll beat the throw. Will be a wild pitch. The third wild pitch that Hobson has advanced on tonight. That'll take away the double play possibility. And now 1-2 on Halton. And Hutchinson to the letters, fires, backdoor sliders, stayed out. Now 2-2. 8-3 the lead for the Revs here in the top of the 8th. And Hutch will step off. Now ready with it. A look back and the 2-2. Swinging a line drive right to third. Trienfeld will pump fake and hold it. Hobson getting back to second quickly. But Halton hits it hard right at Trienfeld, who spears the line drive. And Halton retired for the first time tonight. One down here in the 8th.
Well, as much as we can talk about the offense in this one, the 4 home runs, double-digit hits again. The defense has really shined tonight. Trienfeld right there making the stab on the hard liner. Dent a couple great plays. And that whole inning was really big because Dent kept the score at 3, allowing Trienfeld to take the lead on the home run.
Here's Millage now. 1 out in the inning. Hutchinson checks second, delivers. Fastball, it's a called strike. Millage a fly out twice and then a ground out back to Joaquin in the 6th inning with second and third, no outs. That started his escape from that inning, and then Dent the 2 outstanding plays after that. Hutchinson a look back. The 0-1 and a drive but foul. Millage out in front, sails it over the stands in left, and it's 0-2. Again, tomorrow, if you weren't with us, we'll have the resumption of last night's suspended game at 1 o'clock. And then the regular game becomes 7 innings since it's sort of a doubleheader.
Wouldn't it be great if the Revs could take this momentum here tonight and carry it into that resumed game? Put a little comeback together?
I would think so. 0-2, and it misses down and in.
If you weren't with us yesterday, it's 5-1 Barnstormers in the top of the 5th when that game picks up.
With 2 outs. It's the pitch. And a chopper toward the middle. Dent from short will get to it. Gloves it, fires it, got him. Hobson goes to third with 2 outs. But Dent, smooth as can be at short, moving to his left, handles that one. Oh, are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. There's Trayvon Robinson, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Was robbed on the first dent play. Pitch here, he cues a foul back to the backstop. He was kind of robbed on that 3-4-1 play in the second inning. Revs made a fantastic play then. It ricocheted off to Hato, to Franco, who made a slick pick, and then Van Meter covering. Van Meter made the start tonight. 3 innings, 3 runs, his first start in 2 years. 0-1, and it's tipped. Oh, in front of the plate, he ran into it, kicks it into foul ground, he's out. Batter interference, and the inning is over. Give Cruz a put out. A little trickler in front of home plate, and Robinson ran right into it and kicked it into foul territory. And it's a scoreless top of the 8th for Chase Hutchinson. No runs, 1 hit, a man left at third. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Revs lead it 8-3.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips, or serve up a couple BestJet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th, and the Revs with an 8-3 lead. Been a fun one here this evening. Cody Hall stays in, got the final out in the 7th for Lancaster.
Well, fans came for fireworks, they got fireworks.
Yeah. In the 1st, 2nd, 6th, and 7th innings. Carlos Trienfeld will lead it off. He's got a walk, a line out to center, and then in the 6th, a tie-breaking, no doubt, home run. His 3rd with York, launched over the big wall and left. Revs up 8-3. It'll be Trienfeld, Witherspoon, and Harris. One last chance to add on. And Hall out of the stretch delivers. And a foul back to the net. No balls and a strike. Revs tomorrow, Logan Williamson will start the resumption, and Curtis Parch against Brad Bergeson in the regular game, which will start whenever the first one's finished. Community Courier Day presented by Angle Printing and Publishing. Dollar Dog Day courtesy of Hatfield Quality Meats. Pre-game autographs, catch in the field, post-game kids run the bases. Here's the 0-1. And it missed outside. Fastball at 95. Also, our crab feast tomorrow, catered by Captain Bob's Crabs in the Home Run Patio. 2-hour all-you-can-eat buffet from 12:15 to 2:15. You can get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS. The Apple Chevrolet ticket office. And then we're back next weekend against Sugar Land. There's the stretch, the 1-1, and a slider down and away. What the heck is the count? 1-2. It's not what we had. Oh well. Here's the stretch. Now Hall the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Got him to reach at a fastball away. One down here in the bottom of the 8th. Hall, who had kind of a rough start to his season, but has really gotten better. Overall, still a .474 ERA, 2-3 in 25 games, 4 saves, but he now, this is unbelievable, he now has 46 strikeouts to 4 walks in 25 1/3 innings, 46 Ks, 4 walks. Here's Witherspoon, who's 1 for 4. Infield hit, steal, run. And the first pitch, that missed down low. Hall, a 29-year-old righty, 6'4". He's from Savannah, Georgia, now lives in Baton Rouge. Attended Southern University. 19th round pick of the Giants in 2011. Made it to the big leagues in 2015 for 7 outings. A 1-0, and it's off the plate away. And then he was in the majors for 2 games last season with Miami. He was traded to Arizona prior to last year, opened at AAA Reno, and then the Marlins took him off waivers in May. 4 good outings at New Orleans and 2 appearances in the majors. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a foul tip right at the plate. Former Barnstormers star Michael Woods was one of his coaches at Southern University. In his big league debut last September, or 2 Septembers ago, I should say, at Coors Field, he opened with an inning and 2/3 scoreless, but then Nolan Arenado, of all people, took him deep. The 2-1, swinging a foul tip to the backstop. It ricochets straight up and straight back down. 2-2. Revs up 8-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking to go to 5-3 in the War of the Roses. Now Hall a look. He nods yes to it. There's the 2-2. Swing and a ground ball pulled toward the left of short and into left center. Base hit for Witherspoon. Big turn. Halton comes over from left to throw in. And Witherspoon 2 for 5 on the night. Frias had him deep in the hole to pull it. And Witherspoon hit it toward normal short and over to his left.
And it's interesting, we've seen that alignment from the Barnstormers all season long. They really play their middle infielders both away from the bag at second, leaving a big gap right up the middle, and Witherspoon takes advantage.
A 1-out base runner. Revs have Brad Allen loosening. Here's Alonzo Harris, who's 2 for 3, a double, a walk, and a run. His double in the 5th inning led off the inning. He did not score, but in the 7th, his 12-pitch walk ignited the 4-run inning. Revs certainly took advantage that time. First pitch here, swing and a miss. He was trying to drive the first one. The Revs with 8 on the board tonight, and in home games since June 11th have scored 10, 6, 6. Then they were shut out and then scored 3, but then 6, 9, 15, 4, and now 8 tonight. Really turned it on here at home. It's the 0-1, swinging a ground ball at short. Frias lays out to the backhand, can't get a throw off. And safe everywhere. Witherspoon to second, and Alonzo Harris with a 3-hit night. Again, he ripped that ball. Frias diving to the backhand, got it in the glove, but unable to get a throw off.
Even if he does get the ball out of his glove, I don't know if he has to play at either base. Witherspoon and Harris, the two fastest on the team.
The Revs now with 12 hits on the night. And here is Isaias, who had been hot, but tonight held hitless. 0 for 4. He's trying to get into the party here. Hall from the stretch ready. Holds it and delivers. Swinging a chop the other way, right through into right. Witherspoon being sent. Millage up, throwing, and it's off to the right. He scores. Tejeda caught halfway. Harris now goes halfway. He's in a rundown. De La Rosa tags him out. Tejeda got back, but Harris thought that Tejeda was going to get caught in a rundown and went a bit too far toward the plate, and then he was caught in the rundown. But Tejeda drives in the run. RBI single, and it's a 9-3 lead here in the 8th. Drives in his 31st and 5th in 4 games.
Yeah, like you said, Harris was getting a little confused there. What allowed Tejeda to take that turn was the fact that the first baseman Hobson came to the center of the diamond to play cutoff man. And so Tejeda was able to go as far away from first as Hobson was and had the luxury of taking that big turn on a throw to the plate. But Harris, I think, got confused by that big turn and tried to take the extra base himself.
So Tejeda remains at first with 2 outs. A run home, though, off his bat. And here's Michael Burgess. Hall with the first pitch. Fastball missed low. Burgess tonight, 2-run homer, and then 2 walks, and then an RBI double that was almost a homer in the 7th. And he's gotten hot again. 3 ribbies tonight. Hall the 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball, deep left field. Halton along the warning track, turns, and it's off the boards and in play. And Tejeda stopped at third. He overruns the base, and he's tagged out trying to get back. He overran third, and the throw came in from behind him. And he's tagged out by Weber, the third baseman. Burgess will end up with a double on it.
Well, Halton made a very unusual play out there and left, something you're only able to do with the fence at 300 feet. He pump faked. He initially was going to go to second base, and much like an infielder might do on a ground ball with the runner in scoring position, he pump faked and got Tejeda to take the turnaround third.
The Revs 2 outs in the bases, or on the bases in the inning, but they had a run on 4 hits. And Burgess a 3 for 3 night, all extra bases and on base all 5 times. 9-3 the lead. Brad Allen coming in as we go to the 9th.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Well, not a safe situation, but Brad Allen will look to nail down a victory here tonight. 9-3, the Revs lead it. 14 hits now. Anderson De La Rosa will lead off. He's 0 for 3. Revs have 4 home runs. And here's Allen's first pitch, swung on and yanked foul. A line shot that smacks the Savory's funnel cake sign at the top of the building, but it stayed intact. It rattled around a little bit. 4 doubles in addition to the 4 home runs. The 0-1 and a grounder skidding foul up the third base line. So over half of the 14 hits tonight for extra bases.
Well, we talked about the play that Halton made on that double to end the last inning. A great play from a guy who's an infielder by trait.
0-2 and a ground ball to short. Dent in front of it. He's got it. Fires to first. 1 away here in the top of the 9th.
Another nice play by Dent. He's had a great night, but to finish the thought on Halton, it was a ball that I think many left fielders would catch. It hit probably 3 or 4 feet up on the wall, but Halton, who made a great play probably because of his infield nature, also may have misplayed it a little bit because of his lack of experience playing outfield, especially in front of this wall.
Now 1 down. Here is Vladimir Frias, who's 1 for 3 with a double and a steal. And Allen into his wind. First pitch, fastball right there for a strike. Brad Allen 1-1 at 2.08 ERA, 25 outings, 7 saves. He deals, and it breaks down low. A slider. His save total tied for 4th most in the league. Winds the 1-1. Fastball outside. Cruz tried to bring it back for the call. 2-1 the count. On the pitch. Swing and he chops a foul over by the Revs dugout. 2-2. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard for our Lancaster fans watching, Southern Maryland and Bridgeport still tied 3-3 in the 8th. Here's the 2-2. And a late swing. Look out. Foul rocketed to the top of the third base side stands. Two and two, it stays. Frias evidently in protect mode on that swing. Another 2-2. They go in again and locked him up. Called third strike. They went in again and Frias rung up and turns and argues right away with Brian DeBrouwer. And that's 2 down here in the top of the 9th.
Well, Brad Allen's been so good of late, and I think a lot of that has to do with his attack approach. He doesn't shy away. He doesn't waste many pitches. Went in on the hands and then came right back in to ring him up.
Here's Galen at the top of the order. First pitch, swing and a miss. A slider down out of the zone. 0-1. Galen 3 for 4 with a homer tonight. Would have been 4 for 4 if not for Westfall's grab in front of his own chin on a line shot. The 0-1. And right there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. The Revs a 9-3 lead. And Allen trying to finish it off. He winds, he fires, and a slider in the dirt, blocked way off to the left. They'll play a game and a half tomorrow. Revs trying to make it 2 of their last 3 overall with this win. The 1-2. Slider in the dirt again. That bounces back. Win would go to Waldis Joaquin in his second appearance. Made the great escape in the 6th with the help from Dent. Allen winds the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball to first. Diving play Tejeda. Up to his feet. He wins the race. Kicks the bag on the way by. And the Revs win it 9-3. What a game here at Peoples Bank Park tonight. And Tejeda, a diving play on the first base line to end it. And a little extra on the way by. He kicked it with his left foot. The Revs fired up as they come back after last night's suspended game with a big win here tonight. Brad Allen, 1-2-3 to finish it off. It's his 13th consecutive scoreless outing. Only 5 hits given up in the last 13. And he matches Jarrett Martin for the longest scoreless streak by a Revs reliever this season.
Wow, what a game all the way around. The offense, 4 home